There's a mosquito that wants outside. No! Suffer! Oh. You're lucky I'm nice. Doesn't want to eat me. So they gave me a gargantuan drink. I didn't ask for an extra large drink. I just said extra ice. So maybe he heard extra size. Oh, they gave me the wrong sandwich. Oh no. Turkey with bacon and cheese. I'm really, really upset right now.
That is not spicy. That is a...
Well, yeah. I'll try it. I almost want to call them and be like, excuse me. Let me look at the receipt. Yeah, right here. It says 1 Mediterranean veggie sandwich, no tomato, because I don't like tomato. This is not a veggie sandwich.
I'm calling court.
Wow. All right. Well, here we go. It's not bad. The guy at the drive-thru, there's a car ahead of me or getting their food. They pull away. The minute they pull away, and I'm not even at the window yet, he's got his hand sticking out with my soda and the straw. Like, dude, I'm not even at the window yet. Holy shit. That's fast service, I guess, eh? Like, calm down. Why did the delivery guy have to be hot? I had no bra on. So I go to the friggin' door, boobs are swaying to and fro. Yeah, usually it's friggin' Aziz who comes, you know, the older guy. The delivery man was Aziz. Do you remember I used to do pizza, mukbang, bang, whatever you call it? And Aziz used to be the delivery guy. It's been a while. You know it's bad when you know the delivery guy by name. I put a bra on to go to the door because it's been a while since I've ordered from here. And I wasn't sure if it was gonna be Aziz or if it was gonna be someone else. Aziz knows me, but Aziz was back. It was him. Yes.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another live stream. I hope you're all having a good day today. Blessed, hey, good to see you. Alright, so we are on to November 2017, and Amberlynn films a sit-down video here and kind of talks about her current feelings. She hasn't been filming very much, so she's kind of been a little depressed. And that might have something to do with the fact that something else she talks about. Her mom recently got out of prison, and she decided she doesn't really want to be in contact with Amberlynn. She's kind of kept her distance. So that has Amberlynn a little upset. But Amberlynn didn't really make an effort to contact her mom during the time she was in prison, so she didn't really have that like connection coming out of prison with Amberlynn. So I think she's a little upset that her aunt is a little closer to her mom at the time. So she just hasn't really been vlogging very much the first of the month. But then she also gets some messages from people saying that Rafe has been in another hate group, basically is what they called it, trying to get money for Amberlynn's pets. They have Rarity, who needs to get fixed. So what they're doing is someone paid for it, and Rafe has made this scheduled the appointment. So Amberlynn and Becky decide that they're like, all right, we're just gonna have to contact the landlord and ask if the cats can stay with us. So then we'll see that message because Amberlynn had to send, well, Amberlynn didn't send the message. Eric sent the message to Rafe because Rafe blocked Amberlynn. So Amberlynn couldn't send Rafe the proof that, yes, we can have the cats, because without the cats at Rafe's house, Rafe doesn't have the attention from people online trying to talk to her about Amberlynn's cats, and they were just trying to do things with the cats to make Amberlynn look worse than she was in the situation. Like, she was like, all right, I'm gonna have to try to get the cats in the house rather than just pawn them off on Rafe while I play house with Becky. So at that point, there's a midnight rescue. After Becky gets off work, she decides that she's going to go get the cats that night because the landlord said it was fine. They came to a compromise with it. And we'll also see that text message where Becky sent a message to the landlord. So then the next day after they get the cats, they're still upset about the situation. And they make a live stream, which is now deleted from her page, but I found it, so we have that to watch. And then the next day, Rafe went on to, well, she was gonna go on a live stream, but she was just in the chat of a live stream where people were discussing the argument between Amberlynn and Rafe and the cat drama. And it was Yaba and MFW who were putting on this drama live thing about the cats, and Rafe was in the chat and mentioned that she has a lawyer and her lawyer advised her not to talk, but that she would be in the chat. So that same night, Zachary Michael went live on YouNow and Amberlynn was in Zach's chat. So we have some of that as well to watch. Now, we only have one screenshot of the live stream that Rafe was in, so we're not going to be watching that live stream or any clips from it. But we do have the YouNow session with Amberlynn in the chat with Zach, so we'll look at that too. And then Amberlynn posted a couple photos of Rarity and Wasabi at the new house, and it seemed that Wasabi wasn't taking it too great. He was like hiding in the bathroom, and he was it's not funny, it's sad, because he was purring like crazy, Eric said, because it was Eric who posted a picture of Wasabi hiding in the bathroom by the toilet. And at one point Becky's like, Wasabi was cuddling with us and he was purring a lot. I don't know if they understand that, like, when cats are nervous, they'll purr a lot too. So you kind of have to try to decipher between happy purrs and nervous purrs sometimes, and I think that's what was happening with Wasabi. But like, Rarity seemed to be alright with it, with the environment. So anyway, we're gonna watch all of that drama unfold. And with the screenshots, I did voiceovers for all of the messages, like from the Ask FM, which is like a website where people ask Amberlynn questions, I think anonymously, and then she answers them. So we have some of those screenshots. We have screenshots from Rafe, from the people that she was contacting in the chat groups. So we'll take a look at those as well. Now, I think there's a little bit more drama that unfolds at the end of the month, but we're not going to take a look at that yet. We're just going to start at the first of the month to the mid-month. Not another sock puppet! Hey! Good to see you. Blast, yes, she decided she wanted a lawyer for the cat. And then someone in the Ask FM told Amberlynn that they were taking her to court for animal abuse. So yeah, it was pretty ridiculous. But then, okay, one of the spoilers at the end of the month, Rafe also gets a message from Becky's mom. And Becky's mom said that the whole family was going to pool their money together to get a lawyer for to take Rafe to court so that she's punished to the maximum. So there was quite a bit of drama that kept unfolding over the month. And yeah, it's just funny that they, like, a lot of people do that. So I'm going to take you to court. It's like, I'm going to take your money. Okay. because Rafe has got lots of that lying around, it looked like. And it just seemed like a little useless to be doing that, other than wasting money and trying to make a point or get one over on them. Like, it was just ridiculous. Oh, Chris, hey, good to see you. All right. So I'm gonna start up the video. Amberlynn's gonna kind of talk about why she didn't record so much in October. Because we watched October in our last video, and we did the whole month in one video because there wasn't that much to cover. And plus, she hasn't been going on YouNow since she did the drunk live stream with Becky and Rafe. All right, so here we go.
Hey guys! Before I actually start this video, I just want to say that I am not trying to offend anybody, get a pity party, or complain, insinuate, or anything freaking absurd and crazy like that. I have gone through moments on this channel where I share very, very, very personal things with you guys, and then I've gone through moments where I kind of stay away from the personal, more so just share like what am I eating, or do tags and things like that. I initially started this channel by sharing personal things. So I kind of want to talk about some things that are going on in my life, and I also want to talk about an update on my mom's cancer and my mom's prison. So my depression
It's just kind of funny there. She says her mom's prison.
Has been really bad lately, and it's been worse than it's ever been, and I feel like it just keeps getting worse, and I don't understand why. I don't want anyone in the comments to tell me what to do to fix this. I know what to do to fix this. I can see therapists, I can take medicine, I can see doctors. I've done all this before. It just constantly feels like I am mourning a death that never happened. Like, literally, this is what depression looks like. I wake up and I do not want to get out of bed, and it's not out of laziness, because I don't feel like that's the issue here. There's like,
it's interesting when she says she knows how to do these things, but you know, she doesn't implement them, so she's not sure exactly how to do them, because she knows how to do them when she gets there, but she doesn't know how to get there.
all these things I want to do and I know I need to get done, like laundry and dishes and YouTube, and I want to do my hair and I need to shower and I need to brush my hair and put on some makeup, live a normal life, call and make appointments to things. And it's like, I feel like I can't do that. It's almost like I have no desire to be living. Like, there are days that I will sit in my room all day long. It's not because it's fun to me, because trust me, it's not. I like to communicate with my friends that I live with and I like to play games with them, but sometimes I feel like I can't do those things because I'm also experiencing these crazy mood swings. I'm talking like 1 minute I will literally be this, and the next I'll be like, what's up? Like, I don't understand it.
The ghost in the house is taking over. It's only been a month that she's been living there. Well, yeah, September, October. But the ghost in the house is starting to take over, Amberlynn.
And I want to be like, oh, okay, it's because I'm a normal girl, I might be getting my period soon, like normal mood swings, like this is totally normal. But what has been probably frightening me.
So at some point she'll talk about the shadow that feels like it's coming over her, and I just, while she's talking here, look off into the background and she's got a shadow back there, and it's just thinking, like, imagine that's the shadow that's creeping up on her.
Me the most has been the fact that I will go 4 days just, I don't want to be near anybody, I don't want to talk to anybody, I don't want to do anything. I just want to be in a dark room because I feel dark within myself. I feel as if there is this black shadow just hovering over me, wanting me to feel this sinking hollowing sadness in my chest, and it just wraps itself all around my whole body, and I kind of feel as if like I'm paralyzed. But then all of a sudden, maybe it's the next day after like 3 or 4 days feeling like this, I will be so just like, oh my god, yes, I'm like, who am I? What? Like, I have my friends and my girlfriend. They're like, what's going on with you? I don't understand. And I don't understand it either, because I've never been this like extreme, and it's like mood swings that are happening. I'm not a doctor here, but they're like chemical. It's like this chemical reaction that I'm having, because it's like when I get these like super highs and I'm like super hyper, and like I literally feel on top of the world, and I don't know where it's coming from. But then when I'm having these lows, I feel like death. I don't really know how to explain what I'm trying to say, but I'm just trying to say that I am doing everything in my power to keep this YouTube channel afloat, and I'm trying to live a life as someone who's experiencing these like mental problems. I'm terrified to see someone for that, because I don't want to be put on medication.
Well, it's not so much, I think, that they'll put her on medication. I think there's a lot of work that needs to be done that she doesn't want to put in to changing her behavior and taking the steps to want to get out of bed to do laundry. There's stuff that's got to happen before she's just going to automatically get up and start doing stuff. So, I mean, seeing someone talking about things, stuff like that would probably help, but she doesn't do that until like basically 2022 or something. It takes her a while to actually start to open up and figure out why she is the way she is, rather than just living with the way she is. Plus, around this time, she's got the actual health problems that she's dealing with, that is gonna really give her some problems here over the next couple years, that she's just deciding that she's not going to go to the doctor for. But then she actually goes to the doctor, and they're not really checking the right things, so she's not getting properly diagnosed with what's going on with her until later on. So there's probably a lot of like hormonal things going on that are probably causing those emotions to be so up and down too. So she has a lot of stuff going on that she should be seeing professionals for at this point. But she waits until it's like real bad to go do anything about it. And then like when they do go, it seems like she does get this medication, and then everyone in the household tries the same medication. Like it's a weird dynamic here as we go along.
Have done the medication before. I have been in a mental hospital before when I was 16, sorry. I want to say 15, because it was before I was taken from my parents. I was in foster care, but we had a 6-month trial period. It was just a test run, and it ended up lasting more than 6 months. So during that 6 months, my parents were able to cheat the f***ing system. I was becoming miserable. How everything started. Right now. I texted my friend. I was in high school and I was texting her, and I said, I wish I was dead. I want to die. I do not want to be here anymore. The next day, I go to school and they call me into the office. I went into the office and there was a police officer, and I'm like, okay, this is how it happened before when I got taken away from my parents. So I seriously thought I was getting taken away from my parents again. And I was like, I'm not surprised they're doing drugs, blah, blah, blah. But it turned out my friend's mom saw the text message on her phone. I lied so hard, you guys, you wouldn't even believe it.
Okay, so in our last video, no, it was the end of September when they did their drunk live stream. They were doing like Truth or Dare, and one of the questions Amberlynn was asked was, what's the biggest lie you've ever told? And she talks about how it was like this, she lied about passing a note in class. So I feel like something that she does is she lies to get out of things that would make her look bad, or where she has to take accountability for those actions and then try to change them. So I feel like when she says she doesn't lie, she's lying, because she seems to like to distort reality when she's confronted with it.
They're like, are you suicidal? And I'm like, no, I'm not. I was joking. Then the lady looked down at my arms. I had eraser burns. I had cuts on my wrists because I did hurt myself. They're like, you need to come with us. And I'm like, what? So I ended up going. We went to the city away from mine, and it was at a mental hospital. Yeah, I went to a mental hospital, and they put you on these meds, and you become, from my experience, I do not want to offend anyone, like I said in the beginning of this video, from my experience, very zombie-like. I know medicine helps people out there, but I know it also can make people worse. And that is what I am afraid of. I know people are gonna say, well, you better try it. It's better to try it than not. But it's like, what if it does make me worse and I don't know how to come out of it?
Well, I mean, that's why you've got to try it. If it's getting worse, then you try something else. Because right now what's happening is you're not trying anything and it's just getting worse.
Whole depression and just like the crazy highs and lows, mainly lows to be honest, but when it's a high, it's just like I feel like I can run this world and no one can run me over. I'm having troubles, y'all. I do not film even close to like 10% of my life. I want to start sharing with you guys more of like the real and the raw Amberlynn, but I'm just so afraid of the backlash and the rude comments.
So that's probably why she does avoid the truth of the matters and sharing anything, because she doesn't want backlash, which would be like any kind of negativity thrown her way. And she learns to just stay out of the comment section. Slightly. She always goes back to it. She still goes back to it. But there are some times, I think, when she's down where she just ignores it completely, which is probably for the best.
The mean words, because people think they know my life and they know my feelings and they know what I've been through and they know just all this stuff when they don't. They're just going off of things they create inside of their brain, and then they start to believe themselves, and then they start sharing it and passing it on, and then it becomes like this big old thing of several clusterfucks all believing the same thing that isn't true. And that's what frustrates me, and that's what prevents me from opening up to everybody. I'm just here to say that my depression has hit a new low. I'm documenting this moment, and I hope that I can come back in a year and be like, I'm glad I made that video, because not only did I help people, but I helped myself, because I was able to get this out and I was able to realize, Amberlynn, you need help as much as you don't want to believe it. The last two things.
Yeah, that's too bad that she didn't really listen to her gut there and just go get the help, because, well, I guess we'll see. Maybe she does get help here in the next couple months. But things are going to take a turn for the worse here when she finds out that her friend Rafe hasn't been very friendly to her.
I wanted to talk about is my mom. I just figured I would creep this up in here, put it at the end of this video just to kind of get it over with. I don't really want to mention it in a vlog. I'm trying my hardest to make my vlogs more like happy and yay life, even though that's not really how I'm feeling in the moment. So as you guys know, I made a video talking about how my mom has cancer. I found out that my mom has cancer. She's had it for 3 years now. She thought it was something else. My mom doesn't go to the doctor. She doesn't. That's just not her thing. She went to the doctor.
Well, maybe that's where Amberlynn gets it from then.
Doctor and found out she had cancer. This was
because she'll say here in December of 2017 during the Vlogmas that she doesn't want to go to the doctor because she doesn't want to be diagnosed. And that same month she says, well, she said before that she doesn't self-diagnose herself, but she'll tell us that she has carpal tunnel in her arm, that she has to wear a brace. Like, little things like that, you know? She's like, I don't think she's telling herself the truth. Maybe that's why she doesn't tell us the truth.
Months ago, 4 or 5 months ago.
Or she'll make those like blanket statements like, I never lie, but we know she does.
I think it might be even a little longer. I don't quite remember. I got a lot of people telling me that I use that as a clickbait just to get views, and I was like, for real? Like I said, this is my channel. I talk about things that go on in my life, and that was such a big thing that I found out that it kind of shook my whole world, and I really wanted to share it with you guys because I knew that for the next so-and-so videos I was going to be down. So since people said I used that as a clickbait just to get views, I didn't even want to talk about my mom anymore because I didn't want people to think I was using that as a way to get views, because that's fucked up and that's definitely not what I was doing. That's a thing to do. My mom does not have cancer anymore. She is cancer free. I am super excited to know about that. And the only reason why I know is because my cousin, she does talk to me here and there about some things. I found out about this actually a couple months ago. I am super happy for my mom, and I just wanted to let all y'all know because I do get people asking like, how's your mom?
So while I was cruising the farms trying to find the screenshots about this situation, I saw that Aunt Tammy had posted, I think in the end of August or 1st of September-ish, that she was going to pick up Amberlynn's mom from prison. She said she was getting out a little bit earlier than she expected, and she, like, that day, she's like, oh, I'm going to pick her up today. I think she said pick her up, but she said she was getting out that day. So Amberlynn's known for a couple months, but I guess if she wasn't on the farms, she wouldn't know that. But it was just weird, like people who, you know, weren't related to Amberlynn found out before Amberlynn, and then Amberlynn says that it was her cousin who let her know, which, yeah, maybe. But I'm assuming that people would have, like, wrote somewhere to let Amberlynn know, hey, did you know your mom's out of prison? When are you gonna go see her? Blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, stuff like that.
How's her cancer? And yeah, she's cancer free. It just makes me feel
Well, that's good that it was like 6 months and that she got it figured out.
on top of the world. The sad thing is kind of like a bittersweet, I guess you could say, and I'm kind of to the point where it's like, it is what it is. My mom has actually been out of prison for 2 months now. I actually didn't find out until I think it was like 3 weeks after my mom got out, and it's because I was messaging my cousin and I was just like, hey girl, what's up? How are you? Like, have you heard from mom? How's my mom doing? And she was like, your mom's actually out of prison. That shocked me because nobody told me, and I was expecting my mom, you know, to want to communicate with me, but it turns out that my mom
I'm thinking her mom probably was figuring the same thing. Was probably confused that, or figured that Amberlynn would probably want to communicate with her when she found out she was in prison in 2015. It took her, Destiny found out which prison she was in May of 2016. And then Amberlynn said she wrote her in October of 2016, and then yeah, in May of 2017 she found out that her mom had cancer. She still hadn't gotten in contact with her, so like it makes sense that her mom's just like, okay, Amberlynn wanted to be do her own thing, so I'll do my own thing. And you know, it probably was healthier for her mom at this point to try to stay sober, because that's what she was saying she's doing at this point, was trying to get her life together basically after getting out of prison and stuff. So I think having like Amberlynn with all of her trauma and then trying to get over her own trauma would probably just be a big, like it would probably just cause a lot more damage than good. So I mean, it was probably a good thing that they didn't reconnect right away, and that it took, they both had their time to like heal a little bit before now they when Amberlynn moved to Oklahoma in 2023, now they get along better, it seems like, and they're, you know, she said she wants that mother-daughter relationship, and now she gets that, but, you know, she wanted it right after she got out of prison, but there was just so much that it was just better off, because, yeah, we saw how Amberlynn's 2018 and 19 went, and if she would have had her mom in it, it probably would have been worse, because it was like not great with her aunt. So I assume that it would probably be the same thing with her mom.
She is sober, she's clean, and she wants to work on herself. I feel a little bit of sadness from this. I've kind of had some time to get used to the feeling, but at first I cried a lot. I had to experience my mom on drugs, lots of drugs. I was in foster care because of her drugs, and I witnessed my mom and my dad abusing each other. I was neglected, and it was all because of the drugs. So I never got to experience my mom really as a sober person, a sober woman, a sober mother. So it's like, now that my mom wants to live this better, happier, and sober life, I feel a little bit offended and like taken back that she doesn't want to share that with me. I don't think it's fair that I had to experience.
I don't think Amberlynn understands how vulnerable her mother is at this point. And she's coming out today telling us how vulnerable she is, but without realizing it. Like, so yeah, it would have been a bad idea for them to try to fix anything at this point, considering they're both trying to find their own way.
The drug addict mother, and I don't get to experience the sober mother. I love my mom so much, and I know there's been a lot of debate on Amberlynn, why didn't you ever talk to her while she was in prison then? It's because it was too hard for me. There were several times that I wrote, I never sent it off because there was so much I wanted to say, but I didn't know how to say it. And I know a simple I love you would have been appreciated, but I couldn't even do that. There's a lot of things that went on in my life with me and my mom in the past, and I don't really want to get into it, but I love her unconditionally. I just wish that I could be a part of my mom's life as a sober woman. That's absolutely amazing, and I wish her nothing but the absolute best.
Because if you think about it, like, even though her mom's like sober here, Amberlynn really isn't. Like, her addiction is the food addiction, and she doesn't have that under control at this point. She's talked about in October how she was counting calories in September, and then October she decided she was going to start doing Weight Watchers with a relative, and then she hasn't really talked about it. And I think someone said, but made a good point about how Amberlynn just doesn't address her issues her issues. She doesn't address not being on a diet of Weight Watchers or counting calories at that point. She kind of glides over that because she talks more about the drama with the cats. So she doesn't really talk about her weight loss plans for this month.
It's sad, but if I'm not like the absolute best, that sounds so weird, but if I'm not part of the life that she wants, all I can say is so be it. I know that sounds harsh, but like I said, I've had some time to kind of accept that, like, even though people are blood related, even though you have parents and you have children, sometimes you're just not good enough. I don't really know. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about these things in a video, kind of get them out, get them off of my chest, because it's things that people keep mentioning about my mom. Plus I just really wanted to talk about my depression and my mood swings and how I need to figure this shit out. A rambly video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I don't even know what this is, but I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hey guys.
Alright, so we get a little bit of more vlogging footage here. She's gonna do an unboxing of the Christmas decorations that she decided to keep and that she packed up. It's November 1st, so you know, it's time to set up the Christmas decorations.
Okay, so I am currently in the den, and look at what I have. That box. What's in it? Amazingness. This is the only box of Christmas stuff that I have. It's kind of a bigger box, you can't really tell, but when I moved, I actually got rid of a lot of Christmas stuff. Obviously, I got rid of my trees. I had a small tree and a bigger tree. I am going to decorate. I do have a little bit of a mess over here, so I gotta organize, clean. This is like my filming area, and I have a bunch of pillows over here that are usually on my chair, but Eric borrowed this chair, so they're off. When Becky and I were at the flea market the other day, I got some of these wax melts. Actually, Rafe was working this booth with a friend. I wanted to buy some stuff from there. I bought some movies, and I bought 2 pumpkin spice, a vanilla pumpkin, and an apple pie, and they actually smell really good. Baby, what are you doing? Price is right. I used to keep my wax melts in a Bath and Body Works bag, but I got this cute little container for it. I'm kind of digging it. All right, here we go. Yes. Christmas is here, y'all. So before I place these anywhere, I am going to pick up, like I said, over here is a crazy mess. I kind of want to change my background for my videos. Something.
Okay, so these are supposed to be from her like fall favorites video, the stuff that's out on the desk here. And I noticed that cone, and I was thinking that cone came out when she did the dollar store, Dollar Tree, or whatever it was, haul. So I was wondering, like, have these things been there all month? Maybe. I just figured she would have cleaned them off because she would, like, use her vanity for makeup or something. But she didn't show us that cone in the fall favorites, so the stuff's been there for a little bit. I was just thinking, I'm surprised I don't see that can of soup, but then I think I see the can of soup. It's like in front of the mirror.
Something more Christmassy, so gotta figure out where to put everything. Hello. Come here! Do I have a little helper? Do I have a little helper? Yeah? Yeah? Y'all, look. I don't want to scare him away, or her. I think of him because how he just peed. There is a pit bull, which I love pit bulls, let's get real, but there is a pit bull who broke his, does it look like a leash?
Yeah, it looks like he was tied up somewhere.
It looks like he was tied up somewhere, and it's like broke off.
He looks like an older, he doesn't...
Look.
Twinkie. Thought that was mine.
He honestly doesn't seem fazed by all these dogs. He kind of looks like he's mixed with something else.
But do you see what I'm talking about? Like,
Yeah.
he looks like he's an older one. He seems pretty calm.
Oh, he broke off his thing. That's kind of frightening, you know?
Yeah. But considering how much those dogs are like, look like
The dog just walking around, peeing, looking at them while he does it.
muscle. But you can see his ribs though too on him.
Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't remember.
I don't think they do anything.
What is in this Christmas box, like, for the most part, so I figured I would open it with you guys. I actually packed this box a little less than a year ago, obviously after Christmas, sometime in January, so I don't remember what I have. I know it's weird, it's only been like a year, but let's do this thing. We have a snowman, super adorable. Before anyone's like, Amberlynn, you're totally bypassing Thanksgiving. That's not true. I just feel like November, December are very like Christmassy, but there's like an awesome holiday thrown in between, and that's Thanksgiving. This wooden white tree that says "'Tis the Season." On the back there's a little switch that you can actually make this light up, but I need to put new batteries in it. So I know I have quite a few of these little dilly dads here. There's Christmas trees.
Oh man, I remember last year when she went shopping and picked up a bunch of these decorations. She just kept going to the store and picking up more decorations and more decorations. And she was rearranging them every time she picked up new ones. Like, yeah, she was having a good time with it.
In there, and a sparkly deer. So I do have a few of those. Quite a few of these white glittery trees. I think they're so gorgeous. These are actually ornaments just like these are, but I don't use them as ornaments because these just look like really cute silver and sparkly decorative pieces. I have some of these. I say, everyone calls this something different, so I'm just not even gonna go there. I have a lot of this, which I use for different things, which you guys will see. I also have some of these, which are also ornaments, but I use them for decorative pieces. It's a beautiful sleigh that is sparkly. Here's another. I have a ton of these. These go on your tree. I don't have a tree this year.
Yeah, she picked up a white tree. So she got a bunch of those and stuck them all in the tree.
I did talk to Eric and Becky about putting a tree in the dining room, so we'll see. I do, like I said, I have a ton of these. That's 3. 4, you can move them however you want so they aren't like broken or anything. 5, I also have 2 stockings, just fuzzy, off-white, cream colored, super soft. 6, 7, which I have to completely fix this one. 8, 9, and 10. Everything is so glittery. 11. Those were like $3 each. This is the star that I usually have on top of my tree. 12. I have another one of these cuties. I also have some sparkly silver trees and some silver sparkly this. I'm just gonna call it this because last year I called it a certain something. You guys can go watch my Vlogmas and you'll figure out what I called it. And everyone's like, Amberlynn, that's not what it is. Another one of these.
Chris. Yeah, she's got a lot of silver and white stuff. I think that was to go with the tree, maybe. Yeah, so it took me a while. I went through the Vlogmas and I didn't sit there and listen to every second of it. I was just kind of like scrolling through a lot, and I could not find where she says the word stencil instead of tinsel. But that's what she was calling it, stencil. I couldn't find the clip though.
These are what holds up my stockings, and I actually...
And then I thought about it, and I'm like, I think she does say the word again. This year. Like, she'll talk about it and discuss it. They do... Eric likes to hear the things that Amberlynn says incorrectly. So they discuss it. So they talk about the word ornament, how she puts a D in ornament. You know, she has her own way of saying things.
Put these right... Actually, I'm not going to tell you guys yet. You'll see. Just these 2. They don't really go with the...
Chris, most of the decorations weren't even for the tree. They were for... just for decoration. Like, she was getting all the ornaments and setting them around the house.
Theme, but they do light up. Just little buttons on the bottom. I don't know, I think they're cute. I almost wish these gold parts were silver. So the last things I have to show you guys are 3 very, very sparkly trees. These as well light up. So it looks like Christmas has thrown up, and I'm okay with that. Throw up some more. So the first thing I did is just in the entryway, I put those fake candles. Oh yeah, and by the way, this white tree and obviously the nutcracker are also Christmas things, but I keep those up all year round.
Ocean, hey, welcome. Chris. Oh, that's funny.
So this is how I have it in front of my TV and how I hang up my stockings. If you don't have a fireplace, which I do, but we don't have one in the den, you can always do it like this. For my vanity, this is what I did. Look at it sparkle and shine. It looks so pretty. And then I put one of those up there too. So what I wanted to do was on these, I kind of wanted to intertwine one of those, but I only have one left, so I can't really do that. So I still have all this left and all this. I'm not sure what to do with it, but I think I'm gonna take a break for now because I just have no idea. She's so cute. I love having a big yard for her to just do her thing. I love when it's fall and all the leaves are on the ground. It's so pretty. And it feels amazing outside. Oh, she's going.
The hand in front of the camera to give Twinkie her privacy.
Yay! Such a good girl. Come on. So right now I'm actually cooking dinner. Becky should be home from work soon. I tried to have dinner for her ready. So we're having hot dogs with chili, green beans, and these like buttered seasoned beans. So we have, I had to turn on a light here. We have the hot dogs here.
That looks like a whole pack of hot dogs. Hopefully they have some for leftovers. Looks like 4 hot dogs each. That's a lot.
The hot dogs here, green beans, buttered beans, and beef chili. Hi, baby. Becky just got off of work. How was your day?
Sucked.
Why?
Because all the Carmex.
Oh,
A lot
man.
of Carmex.
Where I work, you're gonna need that.
Because it's starting to get cold.
I'll give you 75 cents for one.
75 cents.
You know, I literally almost asked you that when I saw those dog treats in your room. I was like, I'll give you $1 if you want to do.
Ocean, you have me confused. I don't know what's going on. I hope you're doing well.
The old man. I got you. I look like a fucking mad scientist.
Eric always has a reference to pull out of his pocket.
I do. I look crazy. Do you know what I'm talking about? That commercial with the old man with the what is it? The fishing rod? When he's like, I got you $1.
I don't think I've ever seen.
You've never seen? No.
Dude, we need to move this.
What?
Because it's in the video.
It's just cereal.
It's cereal.
Oh my god, excuse me.
Oh my. I'm leaving that in. Wait, did you fart?
No.
I wish I could see all of them.
That was you.
No, I swear to God. What the fuck?
That wasn't you Oh, okay,
No.
then it was the chair that moved. Oh, I burped. I thought you farted. I ain't farting. The video that I have of you.
Wait, what?
Where your face is all like, I ain't farting. You know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea what's happening. You know what this reminds me of? That 70s show when I'm going like this.
The camera was like spinning around the room.
So Eric, what was your favorite part of today?
I don't know. I didn't have a favorite part of today. I don't know. I didn't really do anything today.
Oh.
What did we do? What did we do something? You stayed in your room today. I was like, what did? I don't know.
Okay, Becky,
Yeah.
what was your favorite part of today?
Coming home. So now.
So this is your favorite part?
Yeah.
Mine would be putting my Christmas decorations out.
Oh, of course.
He's gonna come out here and beat us all in the face.
I think he's like, no, I have the fan on like high.
Oh.
It's like, yeah, on high tonight. So.
Yeah, could you imagine Ricky coming out? You guys, I'm trying to sleep. Probably not. He just sit there, just tossing and turning and mad that they won't shut up. No, I think he's fine though. Eric said he's fine. He's got a fan. And we've heard the fan in Becky and Amberlynn's room, so if it's anything like that, Ricky can't hear a thing.
Because where he has it so far over there in the corner, I'm just like, you can't feel it. Well, you seen it when you walked in there how far, like, it's like in the corner.
Right.
I'm like, no, it's gotta be on high because I'm not feeling it at night. Oh, guess what Chubbs did?
What?
Chubbs bit her today. Seriously.
What?
He bit her. I was like, because she was like, it's weird. She was sitting in here at the table, and then like Trixie, I think Trixie walked through, and I was like in here talking with her, and then she's like, "Where's Chubbs at?" And I was like, "He's been sitting." I was like, "Did you not hear me earlier?" I was like, "He's just been sitting in his basket all day." I call it his basket, but the
We did see Chubbs earlier in the day. He came in to see Amberlynn when she was setting up the decorations with his little sweater on.
basket in there of our dirty clothes. He's just been sitting in it all day. And I was like, yeah, did you not hear me earlier? I was like, yeah, he's just been sitting in there. And she's like, oh, well, can I go in there and pick him up? I was like, I mean, yeah. I was like, you can try.
Was it the pet taxi or was it the clothes basket?
No, like the actual clothes
I
basket.
damn well know not to
No,
touch
you know exactly because we put him in there whenever he was younger. He's used to sleeping in it, and she's like, "Oh yeah, can I go in there and pick him up?" I was like, "I mean, you can try, just be careful." And she like walked in there, and she's like, I was like peeking my head around the door, and I was just going like this, and she's like, put her hand back, and she's like. She was looking in the pet taxi, or not the pet taxi, the pet bed, and she's like, "Where is he?" And then she looked over in the bathroom, and she's like, hey, Chad. And she's like, acting all weird. And I'm like going like this. I'm trying to like peek in and see. I'm like, I was like, how's he acting? And she's like, he was like this. He's like, what are you people doing? What do you want? And then like I finally came around the corner. And then he kept like acting weird, and then like he was just acting funny. So she like went over there and she was just like looking around the room. And then she's like, "Oh God, where'd you guys get all these treats?" And she's seen that
Like millions of bags of treats.
we have like 10 bags of treats in there because they were 10 for 10 at Kroger. So I was like, "Yeah, they're $1 bag." I was like,
That's what I said.
So this fatness every time.
and so she goes over there and grabs his bag. He comes flying out of his pet little thing, the basket. He comes flying out of it. And then I was like, now he's your best friend. She comes in here, she looks in right there, gives him a treat. And then she goes to pick him up, like after she gives him the treat. And he's like, and he go like lashes at her, and I'm standing there, I'm like,
did he get her?
she pulls her hands back and I'm like, did he bite you? And she's like, he kind of like grazed her, I guess, with his teeth. He didn't like get her, but
I move so fast.
she's like yanked her hand.
That girl can move when shit goes down, you know what I'm saying?
You know.
I was like, when he gets like that, I was like, you can't.
No.
I was like, he won't even listen to me or Ricky. I was like, he gets in his
Cereal
moods.
for
He
you.
just.
So we'll find out eventually. Well, no, I guess we've already watched it in Eric and Ricky's timeline where they talk about how they're both kind of moody. Like, I wonder if that's where Chubbs gets it.
Her. She's all about this cereal.
You want Raisin Bran, you can't.
Tell her about what happened earlier, too. Right after she left. 5 minutes after she left, when we were out there in the den talking.
What?
Oh, like this crazy, like, pit bull, like...
Big pit bull just came.
And you...
I don't know why, but the way that Eric says Pitbull is just so funny.
You could tell that he was strong because, you know how he broke his, like, chain thingy.
His leash, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, we were standing there talking, and I was like, seeing something. She's like, whoa. And I was like, I thought I seen something out of my peripheral. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, is that a pit bull? There was just a big ass fucking pit bull in the yard. He was like,
No.
he stood around for like how long? He was just out there sniffing.
For like 10 minutes, and he...
I think it's the way he stresses it. Instead of Pitbull, he goes Pit Bull? Like there's a question mark? I don't know. Moody, good to see you. Well, I hope you're having a good day today.
Peed like 4 times.
Yeah, I guess he was smelling like where they peed, and I'm talking about it. So I was like,
Dang.
he was like peeing on stuff, and he was just like, I was getting ready to leave to go up to the court building to drop that paper off, and he was out there for a while.
Did he seem...
He didn't seem mad because all 3 of the dogs started
Barking.
going crazy, and he just looked in and he was like...
He like in his face, like you could tell he was like an older dog, but
He was so
he
cute.
was muscular.
Did he have longer ears?
I vlogged it, I can show you. Alright, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!
Okay, so today Amberlynn did a ASMR video where she's playing with the candy, and what I did was that we have like a few seconds of it here where the opening and the closing of it, but in between, while she's playing with all the candy, I put it in the background of the clips that we're going to watch, of the screenshots of all the drama that's going down, and I'm narrating it. So that's what's going on here, if you're wondering why there's a bunch of stuff going on. We're not going to watch, obviously, just her doing her ASMR, so I had to incorporate it somehow into the video. That's what's about to happen here. It's going to be a few days later, and Amberlynn's going to talk about the bill arrangement, the rent, how they pay their bills, and how it's split. Basically, Amberlynn considers herself more of a roommate / girlfriend of Becky's, because she'll say here, if they break up, then Amberlynn's still just going to be a roommate. So yeah, it kind of sounds correct, I guess. Later on they figure out, like, that's kind of how it was. They felt like, you know, they were friends, basically. Anyway, that's what's going on here if you're wondering why we're watching so much candy. I just kind of put it in the background as something.
Hey guys. Okay, so I don't really want to whisper much in this video because I know a lot of people prefer non-whispering ASMRs, but I don't know. I don't really think I have a good whispering voice anyways. But I have been asked to do more ASMR videos, so it's Halloween, so I figured this has some really great ASMR sounds. These are for whatever trick-or-treaters decide to come by. And if I decide to eat a few myself.
What would you do if Becky broke up with you and asked you to move out? I honestly feel bad for you and worried that you wouldn't have anyone. You've always gone from GF to GF and have never lived on your own, except for when Destiny moved out. Are you capable of being independent? The only thing that keeps me from being completely independent is the fact that I don't have a car. You'd be surprised to learn that several people in my life also don't drive. It isn't an uncommon thing. If Becky broke up with me, I wouldn't be kicked out. I'd be a roommate. But if I was to be kicked out, which I wouldn't unless something horrible happened, I'd get my own place. It's not that difficult around here, lol. There is nothing that I like about where I live. Wow, you seem a little ungrateful. Where would you even be right now if it wasn't for these people taking you in? I do not like living in Kentucky at all. Everyone knows that. Even the people I live with do not like the town we live in. So, lol. And also, these people are my friends and they did not take me in. I pay bills just like the rest of them. Becky and I pay 66% of the bills and they pay the other 33%.
The apartment that we have right now, there are...
Okay, so I found the clip here where she talks about how they split the rent while she's living with Destiny and the roommate. Now at this point the roommate's already moved out, but she's going to talk about how they did split the bills. So it's kind of similar to how she was splitting them with Eric, Ricky, and Becky. Because there's, well, okay, so Eric and Ricky have one room. Technically, Becky has her own room, but Amberlynn shares it with her because they sleep in that room. And then Amberlynn has another room, which is the den, to herself. So there's like, they're doing it where they pay for each room instead of splitting all the bills 4 ways. It's weird. But I guess it's a way of doing it.
2 rooms. One room is going to be rented for half of the rent, and the other room is going to be rented for half of the rent. Destiny and I are in one room, so we pay half of the rent together. And then our roommate, ex-roommate, that I adore and like everything, she's not going to be living here and stuff, but it's okay. Destiny and I can do this on our own. It's going to be very, very difficult. If she wants to live with her boyfriend, that's okay. But back to what I was saying, our ex-roommate's room is rented off for half of the rent. Whether our ex-roommate brought in her sister and her boyfriend and they all shared a room, we came home.
Oh man. Okay, so I had to put this clip in here. But just remember that she said that 3 people would be living in this room.
To her room being all packed up. I want to go look again. Okay, well, her snake is still here. It was fun having a roommate while it lasted. Maybe this could be Wasabi's room.
Oh man, the face. You see it change as soon as she walks into the room.
Oh, stop. stinks like pee. We wouldn't all be splitting it 5 ways because there's not 5 rooms. There's 2 rooms. The roommate and her sister and her boyfriend would all be splitting half of the rent between the 3 of them. So I hope that makes sense a little more. She already knew that half the rent was because of that half of the room and the other half was because of this half of the room. Reminiscing.
OMG, that's... Chris, I think you're right that, yeah, they knew that if Amberlynn would be moving in, they'd have to pay, they would get to pay, like, way less rent than they did when it was just Becky. And then during the video that Becky and Amberlynn do to kind of explain their side of the story here, they'll talk about how they were potentially going to let 2 other people move in before Amberlynn. So I guess they were looking for roommates. Or at least were okay with the idea of roommates. That's not fair, Amberlynn. They are 2 people. They should each pay so it's equal all 4 ways. This was the plan before moving in here, and I think it is totally fine. Why are you forced to pay more? Do you not share a room with Becky? Do you feel you are using more energy? It doesn't make sense. And you only have 1 pet. Eric and Ricky are scamming you, girl. Run. I am not using more energy. All I use is my laptop, lol. I do not even use my TV, really. I am not a TV watching person. That's so funny she says that, because we'll see them like watching TV a lot, watching movies and stuff, like, and they're usually out in the living room, which I think was like Eric and Ricky's TV maybe. Amberlynn has her TV in her den, and she's right, she doesn't really use that, but saying she's not a TV watching person, maybe not technically, but she does watch a lot of TV shows. She just does it on her laptop probably. I'm a roommate to them, so that is what they wanted me to pay, and I agreed to it. And of course I share a room with Becky. She is my girlfriend, lol. They are not scamming me. It was just an agreement. Instead of gifting money for a car, why not take the cats to the vet and get Rarity fixed? Don't lie, we all know you haven't, and you use excuse after excuse. Do you visit every day? No, you don't. Do you pay for litter and food? How much have you paid? I can't visit every day, or else I would. I miss them so much. And I give them money every month for the litter and food for the month. Haven't yet this month. Only 5 days in and I haven't seen them. How often have you bought cat litter and food? Every month they've had them, I've given them the money for it. I think I'm just gonna buy the actual products myself this time though. Rafe, she's trying to insinuate you steal. Alright, so that last one there, somebody sent it to Rafe and definitely started stirring the pot. Because it was sent like in the early morning of the 4th. And then we'll see here Rafe gets kind of pissed off and then messages Amberlynn asking to get Rarity fixed, and then goes back to the hate groups and starts messaging them again. That's such a fucking lie and she knows it. Oh, I know. You're shitting me. Hey doll, I'm gonna call Monday and set Rarity up a spay appointment at the vet. Is that okay? I would rather be there for that and be a part of it. How so? Because that's a big thing for her. I want to be there for her when she's out of surgery. I want to be the one helping her and I want to take her. She's my baby. I'm her mama. I just don't have her right now because of the landlord. I never got her spayed before because she wasn't old enough. When I took her to get her shots, I asked them about it, and in the state of Kentucky, they have to be closer to 1 year than not. I didn't come back here thinking you guys were going to welcome me with open arms and balloons. Trust me, I'm not delusional. I lied about the things I said because I want to try and smooth things over with AL. It was stupid of me. I hate losing people in my life, but I've come to realize that holding on to her as a friendship is nothing better than drinking poison. No, the only time she actually brought food and litter over was when she gave me wasabi. I confronted her when something else happened. That's a whole other story. And asked her why she would pay Destiny $100 a week to watch them and me only for their food and litter. Yeah, so when she wanted to spend like a week or so at Becky's house, she would get Destiny to go over and take care of the cats. She'd take Twinkie with her. But yeah, Destiny would go over and check on the cats and feed them, do the litter or whatever. So her response to Rafe, where she said, because I'm her friend and friends do that for each other, is so manipulative. I couldn't believe that she had said that, but I also could believe that Amberlynn said that. Oh man. What else happened? She said because I'm her friend, and friends do that for each other. I can 100% guarantee that there's no way Rarity could get pregnant here. All of our animals, except Babs the puppy, have been spayed and neutered. Come to find out, after she would come back from our place, she would talk mad shit about us, our house, our pets, and saying that we don't feed them. Okay, so this here, I have no idea how Rafe would know this. Like, no idea. Because I wouldn't see, like, who would tell them? She wasn't talking to Eric. Ricky definitely wouldn't be reaching out to them. Becky wouldn't be saying this. And definitely not Amberlynn. So I'm wondering maybe if it was someone in Becky's family, or if there is another friend that they share that they don't talk about, that it kind of got back to Rafe about. I don't know, I was just very confused by this as to how she would find this out. It's called a feeding schedule, and saying how she didn't need to impress us because we were beneath her. Oh, trust me, I'm tired of the bullshit and being pushed around. I've been snapping at AL when she... Yeah, Amberlynn, when they were there, like on You Now, they were on You Now for like a few hours at a time. So you would kind of see the dynamic between them, and it seemed like she was acting like Rafe and Hannah were beneath her. She says stupid shit. I get onto her. That shit bothers me. It's actually kept her from coming over. She talks about needing to get her fixed, but not having a good vet. I told her that I have an amazing vet that I would take her to, and it never went beyond that. Rarity was a all-of-a-sudden decision. I had said before that I would take her if she couldn't keep her. Then she scarred us so bad, I didn't want anything to do with her. So apparently, before the first fallout, while she was thinking about moving in with Becky and they were looking for a spot to live and stuff, Rafe had discussed with them that she would be willing to take in Rarity. Now it's weird that she wouldn't say Rarity and Wasabi. I wonder if Amberlynn was trying to get rid of Rarity at some point because she could find somewhere easier with just 2 pets instead of 3. Because there's another story that comes up about Amberlynn leaving the cat at someone's house outside. We'll get to that too, so I'm not quite sure the actual details of it. It was just somebody, I think on Twitter or something, that had mentioned it, about Amberlynn trying to drop off Rarity somewhere where somebody wasn't, and that there was already enough animals there that were neglected. So I'm not sure if she was talking about Rafe's house or some other lady's house that they were just gonna drop Rarity off and hope that they took her in. Just like how Amberlynn found Rarity, where she was just dropped outside as a kitten and Amberlynn took her in. The cats are doing great. They have the run of the house. Plenty of food. I'm trying to put some weight on them. Is Wasabi okay? Sobbles is great. I brush him quite often to keep him from getting matted. When AL brought him to me, he was matted horribly on his stomach and legs. I had to cut them out. Rafe is collecting money from our group members to help pay for your animals, LOL, and take you to court for animal abuse. La, LOL. Rafe is asking the ALRD group for help with your animals. She was in Discord talking all kinds of stuff about you, and I have all the screenshots to show you that you just dumped the cats off. I know this is a lie, LOL. Definitely not lies. We have screenshots that she's back in the Discord talking shit about you again, saying you were gonna dump Rarity off per the advice of Baxter. Send me screenshots then. That's the only way there's proof. Okay, that's why the mods are so hurt that we are telling you what Rafe said, LOL. Ask Rafe why she's talking to Ren from our group. She's paying for Rarity and Wasabi, LOL. The whole group is pissed, but really who cares about your animals? I don't. Well, it's not very nice of this person. Whether it's Amberlynn's animals or not, you probably should be a little concerned with someone's animals. If not, why are you even discussing it? If you weren't, like, it seems like you were just doing it to piss off Amberlynn instead of actually get help for the animals. Sorry, but I don't believe this. 100, never trust a bitch. This was not in the plan. I think she got her proof. This was not in the plan for today, but I am uploading another video. It is 38 minutes long. Becky and I are insanely hurt. Hannah asked you not to take this to YouTube, but it's okay for you to take it wherever you want to, such as hate groups about me. Why is that okay? And why is it okay for you to lie? Or for you to post personal conversations that was talked about in private? Oh, okay, yeah, that's just fine. Rafe was caring for those cats very well. You're just mad because the truth is out. You're evil, and I hope everyone abandons you. Liar, liar. Okay, no matter what the situation, that just sounds so petty. You're evil, and I hope everyone abandons you. Like, what? This person sounds like they're pretty sour in their actual life. Yeah, in her nasty, dirt-infested house. If everything is just dandy, why don't you get Rarity spayed? I'll wait for your excuse. I am. Appointment is scheduled. I left a voicemail. Now they just gotta call me back within 24 hours. Bullshit. Okay. She contradicts herself right there, saying the appointment is being scheduled. Well, she's trying to get it scheduled, I guess, but no one believes you anymore. You never follow through. Rarity is old enough now. I can get her fixed without any worries. Rarity could have been fixed at 6 months. Stop lying. You should have already had her fixed. But you need cat ears and chokers. Oh man, that was kind of funny too. You need cat ears and chokers. That's what she's been showing us vlogs or hauls of the last few. WTF. I am making her an appointment. She will be fixed with my money and my time, no one else's. That is all that matters. She will be in a safe, warm, and clean home filled with love. You ordered Rafe to meet you halfway. They live very far from you. You chose to force them at 4 a.m. to take the cats. You forced them to give up the cats because I paid the vet for Rarity's spay and rabies vaccine. You are a horrible person and a liar. I did not force them. Hannah asked to meet us. I have the texts. And Rarity already has had her rabies vaccine. These are my cats. You literally freaked because Rarity was going to be fixed. You had no business with any of it. You were just mad you weren't going to be able to YouTube it. It was a private event. If you wanted to spay her, bottom line, you would have done it already. I had every business in this. They are my cats. My friend was supposed to be watching them for me for the time being. I am paying for my own cat to get fixed. This has nothing to do with you. You know, so in the meantime, while she's waiting for Rarity, or waiting for, like, what was she waiting for? Is my question here. Because in the meantime, she has Rarity maybe already going into heat, which, yeah, you want to get your cats fixed. You don't want them getting into heat because it's just, it's not great. And to have all those other animals in the house plus Rarity in heat, like, it's Rafe who has to deal with that. So obviously she wanted to get them fixed as quick as she could. But it was also a little underhanded for Rafe to go in and try to get somebody else to pay for Rarity to get spayed. And yeah, it's like she wanted to have one up on Amberlynn for not being so involved with the cat's health and well-being. Yeah, sorry about that. Leaving Wasabi, your basement, and nearly dumping Rarity in a yard, you are cruel. Okay, so this is what I was talking about earlier. What, like, where did she leave it, and was she just gonna, where did she leave Rarity? That woman wasn't even home that evening to get Rarity. She was in another state. So I don't think she's talking about Rafe and Hannah there. The neighbor told you not to leave her. Not one more animal on that property to deal with neglect. So, like, I'm not sure if Amberlynn knows what this person's talking about, but she just wants to let them know that Rafe is a crazy liar. I'm not sure if that actually happened or if Rafe literally made up the fact that Amberlynn was gonna leave Rarity in a yard somewhere for somebody else to deal with. Rafe is nothing but a crazy liar. Are you freaking shitting me right now? This is absolutely insane. You've dug yourself a hole too many times. No one is going to believe you anymore. I have Becky and other people as proof that Rafe is a fucking liar. I do not know why she is doing this, but I really do not care anymore. No, you had Rafe bring the cats halfway because they live so far. Don't you dare try to paint her in this light that she dumped them, you forced her. They met at a gas station because you insisted that those cats leave at 4 a.m. because they live so far away. This person said that they met at a gas station, but Rafe didn't go. It was just Hannah. So Hannah at 4 a.m. packed up 2 cats and took them to meet Becky and Amberlynn. I have screenshots, honey. She is lying to you all. Cute, though. So publish the screenshots and prove everything, but don't doctor them first by crossing out names, etc. Come clean for once. Alright, well, you gotta, like, there's some, not doctor, but you gotta put it, like, sometimes there's a reason to blank out some of the messages that they send because, well, Amberlynn will tell us what one of the blanks said underneath the message that she actually put out. And she said she actually, when she sent Rafe the screenshot and left out some of what was said in it, that she did that on purpose, knowing that Rafe was probably going to share it online. Video is live. I feel like this is the most real you've been in a video. I understand your love for your cats. Mine are my babies. Aw, thank you a ton. I do love them so much. I wish more people would believe that instead of believing all the rumors, you know? Please follow through and get Rarity fixed. She will live longer and be happier.
So, I'm gonna end this now. I hope you guys enjoy. I don't know if it's too fast of an ASMR or if it's too loud. Let me know in the comments below. And I hope to make more for you guys soon. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys had a great Halloween. Bye.
Already stirred the pot. You've already let these people know it. I am
Alright, so we've got the video to watch that is lost. Lost footage found. Yeah, this one was deleted after they put it up. Not quite sure how long it was that she took it down, probably when they maybe got when they made up with Rafe eventually, because they're on and off friendship. They have an on and off friendship throughout the years here. So anyway, this is the deleted video. Becky was so upset still the next morning that she wanted Amberlynn to fire up the camera so that they could tell their part of the story. Not another sock poet, yes. And Chris, yes. Whoever uploaded this first, which I'm gonna have to put that in my description. I'll put a link to this video. But they took out one of the clips and put it at the first. You've already stirred the pot. So anyway, I just kind of deleted that. We'll watch that eventually in here. But yeah, okay, this is the start of the video. Oh man, Chris, Becky's face throughout this whole thing is hilarious. I've got so many zoom, like, oh my gosh. Becky's expressions are so funny. She's so, like, Becky's so upset in this.
extremely frustrated and I want to share the truth. I was going to say a story of what's currently occurring. A lot of you probably have no idea what's going on.
When she says currently occurring, I just think of that time where she was making the cake. They were making like an ice cream cake at work, and Amberlynn's like, so let me show you what's currently occurring, and then she takes her hand and puts it into the sprinkles before putting the sprinkles on. Just want to show us that's gonna be her job. All right.
She has to go to work soon, but she was like, let's make a video to get this all out in the open, and I honestly don't even know where to start.
The beginning.
Okay, why don't you start?
Okay.
I'm just so upset.
Whenever me and the boys moved where we moved, our
Okay, so Becky's gonna start too far back that Amberlynn's gonna cut her off and start the story from where she wants to start the story, because Becky went way too far back.
landlord said, "Oh, there's only 2 small animals. Okay, that's all I'm allowing."
Some of you are probably like, what are you guys talking about? We're talking about a situation between Rafe and my 2 cats. Real quick, the backstory is I was not supposed to have my 2 cats here. So Rafe was a
Yeah, Becky's trying to tell the story. So when we first moved in, and she's like, cuts Becky off. Alright, so here's what's happened. So then Becky just sits there looking cranky.
very good friend of mine at the time, and
We trusted her.
Yeah, we trusted her because she has animals. Though she might live in a horrible living space.
Becky's just got this intense stare at the camera as if she's talking to Rafe.
They treated their animals with love, and I know they would do the same with mine.
Okay, this being said, we were not going to take this to YouTube until we woke up to the things we woke up to. Okay?
Calm down, baby.
Come on.
We're both very upset because it's like, why would a friend do this to us?
We even at one point was going to let a few people move in because we live in a very spacious place.
A lot of rooms.
Very, very nice. The landlord told them no because they had
The 3
they had
animals.
3 animals.
Weren't they dogs?
Yeah, all 3 dogs.
And they were very small. They were all small dogs, just like the dogs that we have now. But like she's saying, the landlord said no because he does not want any more animals in his home. This is still his home. We're renting his.
Whoa, that'd be like 5 dogs out running around the yard. That would be a lot.
Right. Whenever Amberlynn was going to move in,
I was terrified because
we didn't even
I have 3 cats.
We didn't even
Or 3 animals.
We didn't. You have 2 cats and a dog.
I know. I said 3 cats, 3 animals. Whatever.
We didn't even want to tell them about Twinkie, but we was like, we can't with Twinkie and the cats. Like that's just too much on Amberlynn. So we talked to him, and at first he was very wary about it. He's just like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then he met Twinkie, and it's like the instant he saw her,
And then-
he was just like, okay.
Amberlynn doesn't want to let Becky talk. Scrape Goat, hey, good to see you.
Yeah.
Because you can't say no to Twinkie. Look at her.
She's great. But while we were showing him
Becky's giving too much attention to Twinkie in this moment.
Twinkie, he was like, we were gonna tell him about the cats. While he was meeting Twinkie, and in that very sweep of the moment, he was like, you don't have any other animals, do you? Because they're not gonna be allowed. So I didn't even bring it up because I was terrified. Because at this moment, this was my only option of living. There is very, very small options to rent around these parts. And I know a lot of people have asked me several times, Amberlynn, why'd you even want to move? Because where I was living, I was very secluded. I was hours away from anyone that I knew. I was very lonely and depressed. So I needed to make a change. My lease ended is a very big one, yes. And I did not want to renew it. I was terrified to tell the landlord, yeah, I also have 2 cats because I knew he was going to say no. He said no to other people prior who wanted to move in here. He was like, no, because they have 3 animals. And the fact that when he was meeting Twinkie, he literally said, I hope you have no more animals because they're not going to be allowed. That was my way of getting an answer of, oh, fuck. I'm not going to be able to have my cats. And that scared me. And I was already very nervous to meet
Amberlynn
him.
actually freaking cried about it. I mean,
I did a lot.
why lie about fucking crying about cats? She's been
We love Becky.
almost even begging me, can we move? Can we go somewhere so I can have my cats? And I'm like, I can't because we're not finding nowhere around here. And I work around here.
She has family around here.
I can't just up and move.
It's been
It's
hard.
not gonna happen.
It's been very hard. You guys.
It's not gonna happen. So we can see why they stayed here until 2020. even though Becky stopped working the next month, in December she's done work. So, you know, the only reason that they are there is because of Becky's family at this point. I mean at that point.
You guys don't see what is behind the camera. You guys hear a story from someone who should be our friend. Like, literally, we just saw her and helped her because she has a flea market job. That's yeah, we literally took.
There's an example where she thinks Rafe is beneath her. The flea market job. Like, what? Oh my gosh. Yeah, she's just looking for excuses to belittle Rafe.
Took time out of our day just to go
and to help them and support them and go buy things from them.
The same day we went and got her Christmas presents, mind you.
It's just, okay, so a lot of you are like, okay, well, what did Rafe do? Well, first of all, we were all friends. This is the part that confuses me the most, I think, and I'm just like, what? Like,
that's why I'm so hurt right now, because this came out of left field, and I gave her another chance.
Yeah, I'm just letting you guys know that this isn't just about me, it's also about Becky.
Amberlynn's gonna show us one of the gifts that they bought for Rafe for Christmas. They already decided, well, we're not friends, we're not giving them Christmas gifts, so we're just gonna use their Christmas gifts.
I just chose Amberlynn. You don't know what's happened.
You don't.
You're hearing one side of the story.
And it's
you don't know what's freaking happening.
To make a long story short, let's just say we're all friends. Everything's fine. The whole thing about Rafe saying I only gave her $20 once is a big fucking lie. So when I first had them watch Rarity and Wasabi, the things I supplied them with were 2 litters and a thing of gentle cat food.
So I noticed there that she said Rarity and Wasabi. So eventually, maybe Rafe had already said it, but it was just when she dropped off Wasabi, that's when she gave them money for litter and cat food. So there was a point there where it was just Rarity staying there before they had to take Wasabi in. So maybe that was some time that she didn't give her anything, so she thought that it was okay to say, or like figured that Amberlynn only gave her the stuff once instead of well, she waited until it was both of the cats to give them anything. So for Rarity, it seemed like maybe there wasn't anything given there for food and litter and toys, because she'll say here that they gave them a bunch of toys as well.
Because that is what they eat. And I sat there and I told them, and I was like, okay, this is what they eat.
And their toys.
Oh yeah, I was going to get to that point. I was like, this is what they eat. This is the type of litter they want. I will pay you at the beginning of each month for these things.
So I don't think that they were giving them the food that they usually eat. I think maybe what they were doing was trying to incorporate incorporate Rarity and Wasabi into the eating patterns of the other cats that they have there. So they weren't getting their regular food that they were used to. They were getting something else. And then it's funny, Amberlynn says litter. Get this specific litter. But Wasabi was having issues with the bathroom, but I don't know, or like using the litter box back in the day. I'm not sure if that had anything to do with litter or not, or if Amberlynn would have paid attention that, oh, he likes this kind of litter rather than this stuff. But either way, it sounded like it was just like a poop mountain over there or something.
So on top of all that, I had a basket full of toys. I'm talking about, the basket was probably about $20. All the toys together were about $40. And I was like, this is for them. And not only that, now that I have my cats back, I didn't get anything back. I didn't get my toys back. I didn't get my basket back, but we don't even have to talk about that. It don't even matter. Like, keep it. Like, I don't care. I'll buy more. And I even told them, I tell them this all the time. Like, when they give me rides somewhere, like, if I need them specifically for a ride, if I'm like, hey, I need a ride somewhere, which is very rare. I think it's
I remember that one time where she convinced Rafe that she's like, didn't you have to go to Walmart for this thing? Because Amberlynn wanted to go to Walmart.
It's happened like once or twice. I literally tell them, I'll pay you for gas and I'll pay you for convenience. Just like when they took
food, even.
Yeah, I've done a lot for them. I've done a lot for Rafe. I'm not going to drag Hannah in this because I love her dearly and she has nothing to do with this.
Hannah's not done anything.
Hannah's pretty upset herself. So when I said, will you watch my cats for me? I will pay for the litter. I will pay for the food. I will pay for anything that they need if they get sick, etc. I will also pay for convenience.
Ooh, interesting. She said she'd pay for convenience, which would have been like this equivalent to how she paid Destiny to look after the cats while she was at Becky's house when she still lived at the townhouse. Amberlynn lived there. Destiny didn't. Destiny had already moved out and was living with Dana, so she'd have to drop by and feed them or whatever. It's just interesting. She said that she'd pay for convenience, but she's only gave them like a few bucks for the cat litter and cat food apparently, and Rafe said she even brought it up, asking, what about the convenience money, you know? And Amberlynn said that's just what friends do. Danielle, hey, good to see you. Oh, we're getting to that pot stir. Pot stir. Becky gets so enraged by it.
They said no to the convenience. They said, no, we're doing this as friends.
Because that's what friends do. There's a little bit of... There's two sides of that story there. Interesting.
But we don't have money, so we do need help with the litter and the food. And I was like, girl, 100%, like completely. But now all of a sudden, Rafe is turning this around saying, I've only paid her once, which is a fucking lie. I didn't need to pay her the first month because I was supplying her with the food, I was supplying her with the litter, with everything that they needed right then and there. I also gave her litter boxes. I did everything I could for that month, and they were totally like, oh my god, yeah, that's totally fine, that's great, yes. Next month, I was at their house, and I gave them the money. Next month, we were actually at the Cheesecake Factory, and I actually vlogged, but I didn't vlog this situation, obviously. Again, I gave them the money. I did not.
So that's interesting too. I wonder if she actually like handed them cash for the cats at the Cheesecake Factory, and instead of using it on the cats, they used it to pay for something else, and they were just going to give the cats the regular food and litter that they usually give the other cats, and that they maybe used that money while they were out in Lexington that day.
Give them the money for November yet. What is today, November 7th?
We were going to take them personally. I tell you this, 2 days ago, I was talking to Rafe myself, and we made plans to hang out.
We made plans to hang out.
Chris, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like maybe they did just like pay the bill, but then that would just, I guess then it would be like, okay, now you guys, now that we paid for your meal, you got to figure out how to pay for my cat's food and litter. So it's like indirectly giving them food or money for the stuff. So I think that's why at this point Amberlynn's like, well, I'm just gonna have to like buy the product myself and give it to them next time. Like you probably should have been doing that before if you can't really trust where the money's going with them. Like that slushie. Here's $10 for a slushie. She comes back. Like, look at this bracelet I got for Hannah. There was no change from the slushie.
But behind her back, she's on a hate group spreading false
I
lies
got the
about
text
us.
to prove that we were supposed to hang out. I got the f***ing text. And we were going to take them litter and food that day.
I said, instead of giving them money, I'm just going to buy extra litter and extra food. Give it to them. Sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. I'm so frustrated. And it's like, and I know a lot of you were like, okay, Amberlynn, why do you have your cats now? Well, I started receiving messages, screenshots, all kinds of crap about Rafe Rafe being inside of a hate group trying to get money to get Rarity fixed. I want to let you guys know that all three of my animals, Twinkie Star, Rarity Gray, and Wasabi, all are updated on shots. I have logged this.
Destiny knows.
Oh yeah, because Destiny was there.
Wasabi's scared under the chair. Wait, how much did Wasabi weigh? 11. Twinkie, 16 pounds.
They said it was okay.
And then Rarity is 5.1.
I take care of my animals. You guys might think otherwise because you guys read these stories and come up with your own little fucking lies. I don't understand. I don't get it. I really don't. I'm sorry I'm so frustrated, but I just don't understand. And the reason why Rarity has not been fixed is because she was not old enough. And I'm going to be honest, and I know this is bad of me for maybe thinking this in my head, but the reason why I did not want her to get fixed while she was with Rafe is because Rafe's house is filth.
And this will be a question that we ask a lot, is if it was that dirty, why did you let them stay there in the first place? And again, how long were you going to let Rarity go without getting fixed before you were actually going to get it done? And like, how long were you going to wait until there was a clean environment for Rarity to be in? Because it seemed like she was going to wait quite a bit of time, because I think they signed a year lease. And poor Wasabi, we're going to find out here that Wasabi was not having a good time there at all. She says that Wasabi lost 3 pounds. So we saw here at the vet visit that he was 11 pounds. And then he goes down like 3 pounds, they said. And that's probably from like stress and not eating, because he wasn't used to being around a bunch of animals. He's just been around with Wasabi. Wasabi's been around Twinkie for a while, but there was also Jax was there for a while, and Rarity. But yeah, just being around like a bunch of other animals and stuff, like poor Wasabi was so stressed out.
I'm sorry, but it's almost slightly like what a hoarder's house looks like. You guys have seen it in my vlogs. I'm not trying to be rude.
She has showed us a little bit, especially that day where she was in one of the bedrooms and she was like showing us around. It was like a spare bedroom with like just a bunch of like old, just seemed like old toys and stuff like that. I don't know what the heck was in that room, but Wasabi was in a box mountain basically. Yeah, not another sock puppet. You're right, actually, because they talk about how Eric really likes it clean around the house, so Eric's like cleaning the house a lot. Scapegoat, yeah, I think you're right too, maybe. But we have seen a lot of footage through the YouNow videos where, like, you know, Rafe just is sitting on the floor feeding the dogs, and then just puts the stuff on just puts a big scoop on the floor for Twinkie. And it's like, if Twinkie doesn't eat the rest of it, the rest of the dogs will. Like, it was just kind of ridiculous.
But when an animal gets surgery, I don't care if it's as small as a fucking spay, they still need to be in a clean and safe environment that isn't cluttered and gross. It's that simple.
And trust me, that doesn't happen here because Eric is very particular.
He's a very clean person, and I'm very grateful about that. And not only that, even if Rafe's house was spick and span and sparkly clean, I don't want other people paying for my animals. I'm not that person. I do not ask people for money. I do everything myself, besides drive.
Driving is literally the only thing Amberlynn hasn't done. You wouldn't believe how much Amberlynn has helped me out. And she does that because she's my girlfriend.
And I love you.
Yeah, I love you too.
People don't understand that. People look at me and they're like, Amberlynn needs a caretaker, Amberlynn needs help. She doesn't pay for her bills, she doesn't do nothing for herself. It's not true. So I'm letting you guys know that you guys are wrong. And when I say you guys, I'm not talking about everyone. Like, I know a lot of people believe in the person that I am. The reason why I have my cats now is because I saw that. And not only that, but I saw that Rafe was saying bad things.
Horrible things.
And I'm just like, we were just gonna hang out. We were just texting. I'm so confused.
We just saw her two Saturdays ago.
I was like, what?
Scapegoat, yeah, it was the room was a mess. I was trying to think of the exact date and if I could find the clip, but I'm pretty sure it was in October. I'm trying to think if it was before or after. I think it was before their drunk live stream, so it was like mid-October maybe. But anyway, yeah, she shows the room and it was pretty crowded. And then, like, you can see in the background too, like, anytime that they're on You Now, it just seems a little cluttered and stuff.
I'm at a loss for words.
Although we never saw where the litter boxes are or anything. So there's not, like, any actual, like, evidence of stuff, but you can just tell from what we do see that it's, yeah, it's a little unattended too to have friggin' 8 animals in the house.
Words. I was just texting Hannah about, hey, we're gonna hang out and I'm gonna give you the litter and the this and the that, and now all of a sudden I don't help with that. I'm like, are you serious right now? Usually it was, like I said, the beginning of each month, but we hadn't seen them in November yet, so I didn't give the litter and the cat food to them then, if that makes sense. I got very desperate and I was like, I don't want people to pay for Rarity to get fixed, and I do not want Rarity in that disgusting environment while she has had surgery. It's just
I don't think Becky's blinked in 5 minutes.
it's not gonna happen. And not only that, but I wanted to be there for her. I wanted to be the one paying for it. She would have already been fixed if in the state of Kentucky you were allowed to get
Becky still hasn't blinked.
fixed under 6 months because I was already going to get her fixed. I called vets. Every single vet that I called, they're like, no, she has to be a year old. And I'm just like, that's weird to me because when I first adopted Wasabi, he was 3 months old and already fixed, but that was in Florida. It's different in every single state. I got very desperate and I'm like, I'm not going to let a vile, disgusting person have my cats. They mean everything
Or
to me.
give them away, because apparently that's what she was trying to do.
Oh yeah, she was trying, at one point she was actually trying to give my animals away, and I'm like, who are you as a person? Like, I don't understand, like, it's crazy to me. It's just crazy to me. I'm gonna be honest, going back, I probably should have just been like, you know what, to my landlord, I do have 2 cats, but when you're in that moment, you're terrified, and you feel like this is your only hope, and I'm gonna be honest.
It was, like, you had no other choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I had a moment where I was gonna sneak my animals in here, and, you know, I didn't want to do that, though, because I'm not that person.
Only for a few days until the landlord came and scared you so bad that Wasabi had to go with Rarity as well.
So another thing that is a rumor is that my cats are going to be hidden in a basement. No,
They're actually in the room with us right now.
yeah, they are a little frightened because this is, you know, a new environment. That's always what happens when, you know, cats are very skittish. But I decided to say, fuck it. I'm going to text my landlord and I'm going to tell him, you know, I do have 2 cats, and the screenshot that's being floated around has pink on it because I wanted to take off the drama. And that screenshot was actually just meant for Rafe, and she posted it everywhere because she's a vile, disgusting person.
I don't mean to bother you, but we have run across an issue, and I really do not want to bother you. So Amberlynn didn't message the landlord, Becky did. And since Rafe had blocked Amberlynn couldn't send this to Rafe to show her proof that the cats were allowed there. So Eric was the one who sent this to Rafe. Because Rafe contacted Eric, who she didn't even apologize or talk to from the first fallout. Just wanted to know for sure, so that she was like, well, maybe Amberlynn's just lying. So she asked Eric about it. Eric said, yeah, this is what the landlord said. So they sent Rafe this, and Rafe put it online. That's how we have it now. I was trying to think of something else Eric had said, but we'll get to that. But before Amberlynn moved in here, she had 2 cats that she let her friends watch because she did not think you'd let her have them. Her animals mean everything to her. And blank. Amberlynn. Now the blank here is saying that they had a falling out with the person that the cats are currently with. Wants her cats back and is willing to pay an extra $30 a month for them both. Both of them are very nice and loving cats. She's out of options. I'd say that both of those blanks were explaining that whoever the person who had the cats was no longer an option for them to stay there, so they had to find somewhere else. Options. Eric and Ricky don't mind. They said it's up to you. If okay with them, if any damage, it will be your responsibility. I will stop by to get 30 tomorrow. Okay, thank you so much.
I'm not going to sit here and tell you why she's vile. I think you guys should get it. I think a lot of you have messaged me every time she's on You Now, and you read through her and you're just like, she's a bad person. It's like, I didn't want to see that, especially because Becky and her used to be best friends. I ended up texting my landlord. Well, it was Becky who texted him.
I just don't know, from the person I have known all these years, the person I stuck up for in school and stayed at her house and was with her when her parents passed away. I just don't understand how someone could do this. That I've known this long. How could you do this?
Yeah.
I just remember what I wanted to say about Eric. Eric's going to explain it to us here in a sec, but Rafe wanted to know what the landlord's number was so that she could contact the landlord at 9 o'clock at night and ask if it's okay that the cats go there. Like, Rafe was trying everything she could to hang on to those cats because that's how she was getting attention from people online.
I know she just said really bad things about us. She said that Becky tried to get me to dump Rarity off somewhere. That is not true. I don't know why she... I'll never understand.
I don't understand why people don't think I don't love animals. I grew up with tons of dogs and one cat. We were only allowed one cat. Dad didn't like cats, but we had so many outdoor animals, and they were so happy and so well fed and taken care of, and I loved on them and played with them. I don't understand why people don't think I don't love animals, because I do.
I don't know why people thought that either. Maybe it's because people thought it was Becky who was telling Amberlynn to get rid of the cats.
And I love Rarity and Wasabi. I'm actually loving all over them this morning. And let me tell you what, Wasabi was purring up a storm.
He's still a little nervous, but purring like crazy, lol.
It honestly breaks my heart that people think I don't care.
Yeah, so that's the shot of little Wasabi being all nervous. Aw. Purrs aren't always happy purrs. I think he was pretty nervous and purring because he was scared. Trying to self-soothe himself here.
It honestly breaks my heart that people think I don't care about my animals. Because I trusted Rafe with everything to take care of them and not to turn into this just vicious monster. And I don't know, but I got so hurt by the things that she said and how she was going about things. I was like, haters are not going to be paying for my cat to get fixed because I have that money, and I do not want Rarity in a disgusting home after having surgery. That's just not going to happen. I told Becky, text the landlord just to let him know And in the pink parts that are crossed out in the viral screenshot is her saying that we have had a falling out with Rafe, and I didn't want to. I had a feeling. I had an
that she
inkling.
would post it.
That's how you know. That is literally how you know not to trust someone, when you feel that gut feeling. So I had crossed that part off because.
Why we even sent that picture?
Oh no, we didn't even say why. Sorry, Eric was like.
No, go ahead. I have the whole conversation. She wants to post up. I can too.
Eric can too. Okay.
Eric can post those screenshots too. Becky looks so excited, like as if it was gonna happen.
Well, the reason why we even sent the screenshot is because Becky had texted Rafe or was it Hannah?
Well, I just texted Hannah. I didn't get much out of Hannah.
Well, you let them know, we're gonna get the cats. Our landlord said it was okay.
And then I wasn't getting anything back after that, after I let them know that we were going to get the cats that night.
Which I was shocked that
Which
he
was
said
my
yes.
idea.
I was really, yeah. By the way, it was her idea to go out in a storm. That's a whole other part. We're not there yet. But, yeah, I was seriously shocked that the landlord even said yes. I was taken aback and I started crying. You can ask Eric. I got up and I was like, Eric, guess what? Because he was laying in his room. He didn't feel good. And I was so ecstatic, you guys. I was like, I can have my fucking cats. Like, I cannot believe this. I was super, super excited and I was so happy. It's unfortunate how it happened. Rafe ended up texting Eric and said,
did Amberlynn get clearance from the landlord about having cats there?
Yeah, did Amberlynn get clearance from the landlord about having the cats there? I guess I can understand her asking that. It's like, whatever. But then how it went down was not so good because Eric was like, well, yeah, it's fine with me. It's fine with the landlord. Like,
I got text messages. I was like, yeah, I've been texting all day. Well, nothing against any of you guys, but can I have his phone number so I can ask him myself? And I said, no, he will get mad if you try calling. He does not know this girl. He does not know she even exists. He did not know these cats existed until yesterday, and you're wanting to call him up at 9 o'clock at night to ask him questions and tell him drama that he doesn't give two shits about.
And giving out his personal number.
I'm not giving out my landlord's number without his permission.
Exactly.
I have the screenshots to prove it.
Rafe was being, it was just
She
inappropriate.
wouldn't leave him alone.
Yeah, it was very inappropriate.
It was getting to a level of, like, I'm not trying to be dramatic, but of, like, harassing. I literally kept saying, I'm not giving you his number. She kept texting me asking for his number repeatedly. I have the message. Did I not?
Oh no, you're reading me everything, and I'm just like, are you for real?
And then I sent her this big message, and she sat there and accused me of giving her the runaround, and I said, I'm not giving you the runaround. I said, you're claiming that you want to do this for the safety of the cats, but yet here you are being petty about it, about some little fight. We have clearance to have the cats here. Everybody's fine with it, and yet you're refusing to give someone's cats to them. The one that's being given anyone the runaround here is you.
Right.
I was like, you have proof. I told you. I sent you screenshots, and you're still not accepting any of it. You're being like psychotic right now. She was being.
It was bad.
She was being crazy.
After all that, I texted to Hannah because, okay, I didn't even know I was blocked. Rafe blocked me from her cell phone. When I found out about all of this, I wanted to FaceTime her and talk like an adult. I am 26 years old. What?
About, I guess what Hannah told you about, she just is afraid it's going to turn into an argument. Now, in my text message, she said she has you blocked because she doesn't want to hear your shit. That's exactly her words.
So Rafe's like messaging Eric, constantly asking, what's your landlord's number? And then saying, well, I blocked Amberlynn because I didn't want to hear her shit. Oh man, she was being inappropriate and petty. And she was holding on to those cats like they were just her ticket. Oh my gosh. She was loving the attention she was getting online. And honestly, they're definitely taken care of better with Amberlynn and Becky than they were with Rafe. Other than the petting, the brushing of Wasabi. That's always kind of been a thing. And the nail thing. It's funny because it's like the grooming stuff. It's not great. But I was just going to say that they're probably a lot more comfortable with Amberlynn and Becky than they were with all of the other animals, because the other animals and stuff would be getting more attention than they would.
Just let you know.
I when you have a friend and they're sitting there talking shit about you, you kind of want to get some things cleared up. So I wanted to FaceTime her, and I wanted to talk to her, but she wasn't answering. And it turns out I was blocked the whole time. I don't know why. I think it's because she knew.
It's because she didn't want to hear your shit.
What she was doing was wrong and was bad, and
she knew there was going to be consequences.
Yeah. So I texted Hannah and I was like, you know what? If Rafe doesn't want to talk to me, that's fine. But I'm super excited. I get my cats back. So I was wondering if we can come over tomorrow. We were going to do it before Becky went into work. We weren't going to be all like crazy going out in a thunderstorm. Hannah was like, no, we have plans. They don't usually have.
Scapegoat? Oh my gosh. You're too funny.
Have plans, so that kind of rubbed me wrong, and I was just like, well, is it okay if we show up like right when you guys are about to leave? Like it'll take less than a minute. She never replied to that, so I texted Becky while Becky was at work, and I was like, they don't want us to come over tomorrow. So Becky texted me and was like, we're gonna get them tonight then. Say, can we get them tonight? And I texted Becky and I was like,
they have plans, they're going somewhere. It's like, they don't do anything. So it seemed like they were just trying to put it off until Rarity's appointment. They're like, what are you gonna do now? She's already spayed. Jeez, yeah. Like they probably wouldn't have had like the time basically to take care of Rarity after the spay, so whereas Amberlynn here does, so it's good that it went down the way it did instead of Rarity being spayed and having to be there around a bunch of animals and stuff.
it's kind of stormy now, and she was like, I don't care.
Yeah, because
I don't care.
Here's the thing, as crazy as she's been acting, who's to say that she wouldn't randomly give them to someone, whoever
I was terrified. I was honestly really scared.
Because she was acting weird. She was frantically cleaning the litter boxes. Like, why was someone coming over?
Oh, yeah. Like, because I texted Hannah when I was trying to FaceTime Rafe, and I was like, why isn't Rafe answering my FaceTimes? Like, I just want to talk to her. I do not want to argue. I hate fucking arguing. I hate drama. Like, what the fuck is this? And Hannah's like, she's frantically cleaning for some reason. And I was like, oh? And she was like, yeah, she's cleaning the litter boxes. And I'm not trying to be mean. That kind of shocked me, I guess you could say. They have about 4 or 5 litter boxes, and every time I go over there, they're all completely, like, just disgusting. And I don't know what Rafe was up to, and I'm like, Rafe doesn't frantically clean. And
that tells us a lot, I guess.
it's just, everything was so weird, and I don't know. So finally, when Becky was like, we're just going to get them tonight. See if we can meet them tonight, because they're night owls. So we were going to drive, which a lot of people were like, hour and a half. No, to get to Hannah and Rafe's house is about, say, like 45 minutes to get to their house. We were going to drive there. We weren't going to meet them anywhere, And so Hannah was like, okay, I'll meet you outside with the cats. And I was like, well, I kind of want to talk to Rafe. I want to figure out what's going on. And she was like, Rafe does not want to talk right now. And then she sent me a text saying, Rafe really hopes that none of this gets to YouTube. And I was like, huh? Why? And she was like, because Rafe doesn't want the drama. And I'm like, so it's okay for Rafe to start drama on my end by going to hate groups, but the minute I'm going to have anything to say, it's because Rafe is in the wrong, and Rafe knows that she's in the wrong. I'm also in the wrong. I should have mentioned to the landlord that I had cats right off the bat, but he had already said prior, like in 5 different ways, no other animals, especially cats. So finally when I had texted Hannah and I said, okay, so Becky wants to meet, tonight, if that's okay. And so she said it's okay. We were gonna meet her. Eventually she wanted to just meet somewhere. So we ended up meeting at some gas station. It was totally random. It was raining. It was storming. But Becky wanted to do this. She wanted to get the animals. She was very hurt.
And with everyone saying, well, your landlord, we're gonna tell him, we're gonna let him know. He already knows.
Yeah, we gotta watch that again.
Well, your landlord, we're gonna tell him, we're gonna let him know. He already knows. And
love Becky.
The only reason he said yes is because we are paying him extra for them. And he said if there's any damage done because the cats are not declawed, Amberlynn doesn't believe in declawing them. No.
It's all Amberlynn's fault that they're not declawed. Amberlynn doesn't believe in that. It's like, wait, does Becky? Is that something that you would have done to the cats? Like, that's not a thing you should do anymore. Now that you know, like, I guess, like, you know, back in the day, we would do it, but you know how, like, painful it is for them, basically. Just don't do it. Trim their claws. Get a little claw trimmer, and it works wonders. Every couple weeks.
You have to pay for it, and that's absolutely okay. Me and her together as a unit could pay for if they do anything, which I doubt they will. That's why he's let us have them.
I'm just shocked that he allowed it. You know, I have regrets in my life, and I have made mistakes in my life, and sometimes you need to be kicked in the butt to speak up, and I guess this is what I needed, was Rafe being an absolute horrible person, all while telling her, oh yeah, we're gonna hang out next weekend, all while
I got the text messages if anybody wants to see it. Rafe being completely f***ing fake to my f***ing face. This was not going to go to YouTube. I did not want this on YouTube.
Neither did I.
I didn't want no one to know. And apparently Rafe doesn't want it going on YouTube because she don't want the drama. She doesn't want the drama. But that's what you're doing when you're going to a hate group.
Baby, calm down.
You've already stirred the pot. You've already let these people know.
Rafe,
and this is all we're going to be hearing.
She likes it. And you know what?
She likes the drama. She likes the attention because she never got it. She doesn't get the attention, and now she is.
Well, yeah, that sums it up pretty nicely. That's what's going on. Rafe is loving the attention she's getting. But then kind of falls off of the radar, I think. I'm not sure. I didn't really watch a lot of this part. I kind of started watching in like the end of 2018, 2019 maybe. So like I'm not sure how much Rafe is still causing drama behind the scenes or how much attention she was getting, but it seems like right now, like during all this and when she had the cats, that's when she was getting like the peak attention from people.
You know what breaks my heart more than anything is like me and Becky, no one probably even watched this far. Me and Becky a few days ago filmed videos together. They're cute and Becky's happy in them, and you guys get to see Becky in a whole new light. Now you're gonna see this.
We have had a wonderful weekend up until.
And now you're gonna see this video, and this is gonna be the first video you ever see of me and Becky because we have to upload this today, and it makes me sad because you guys are gonna think Becky's some crazy person when she's not.
Alright, yes, that's another thing too. They filmed a bunch of sit-down videos where it was like the girlfriend tag. They were doing like a taste test. They did like the accent challenge, maybe another Q&A, stuff like that. Anyway, I didn't add them in. Like if I were to put them into the timeline, we would have watched them before all this drama went down, and I've already edited those ones before and added them in videos and stuff, so I just didn't bother putting them in. But yeah, they did, before all this went down, they recorded some videos, but they weren't released yet. She was recording them ahead of time and releasing them after all this, so yeah, we just kind of skipped over those sit-down videos with Becky.
It's just, you just don't want to get me mad, is all I'm saying.
Rafe did a wrongdoing.
Like I said, I don't want the drama. I want this to be done and over with. That's the end. That's the end of the friendship.
I feel dumb because Rafe has done this before, where she went and talked shit about us when we were supposed to be friends, and now she's doing it again. So it's like,
and everyone thinks that I chose Amberlynn over Rafe. No, Rafe. You guys don't know what happened. Rafe she made her bed, now she's got to lay in it, and I forgave her.
And I did too.
Her, and no more. I'm done.
Yeah, after everything that's happened, I got my animals back, and I'm very happy about it. The landlord knows they could wander anywhere. We're gonna have one cat box at one end of the house and another at the other end, so they can go wherever they want. They're not gonna be stuck in no basement. I'm not an animal neglector. They're my babies, and I'm just very glad I have them. And as for Rarity being fixed, like I said, the only reason why it didn't happen is because she was not old enough. So now that I do have her, and we have a clean home, and she is old enough, I actually have called to make an appointment to get her spayed, and I will be paying for that.
Yeah, so it was last November, in November of 2016. That's when she got Rarity, or found Rarity outside. So yeah, Rarity would be like a year old. So around this time, before even moving in with Rafe, she would have been closer to a year old. So she probably could have got spayed before then, but Amberlynn was in the process of moving. And then plus moved in somewhere where she didn't think she could have her. So there was a lot of stuff that was kind of like keeping her from having the time to go get Rarity spayed and take care of her. Instead, she just kind of left her with Rafe on spayed.
I will be doing that. I will be there to take care of her because that's all that I wanted. I did not want some weird donation business to start happening because that is my cat, and I don't want people to pay to do things for me. I'm sorry. I just don't want that. That's not the person that I am. And I think what
Not another sock puppet. Yeah, they were gonna put them in Eric and Ricky and Becky's basement here. That's where they said that they kept Wasabi, and I think it was just like because when the landlord came over, they put Wasabi downstairs because Amber said she was running like a ninja to try to hide Wasabi at that point. So I think Wasabi was down in the basement when the landlord came over and was introduced to Twinkie because Twinkie would have been barking like crazy if someone came to the door. Whereas Wasabi was down in the basement, which we've seen the basement before when they did their Halloween thing. So it's like it's an unfinished basement, but they do have like a couch and they painted the walls and they kind of hung out there for a little while and stuff. But yeah, that's the basement they were talking about, putting Wasabi down there. I'm not sure I don't think Wasabi actually stayed in the basement.
hurt me the fucking most is that Rafe thought she needed money from the haters in the hate group instead of coming to me.
Ooh, scapegoat, get out. I feel like Chantal. Just get right out. You go to the doctor or vet for anything, and they'll just diagnose you with acid reflux. You're funny.
Well, she did come to you, but you said, I want to be the one to pay for it. I want to be the one to be there for her.
No, she came to me after the hate group.
Oh.
Yeah, because she sent me a text and she said verbatim, "Hey doll, is it okay if on Monday I make an appointment for Rarity to get fixed?"
Verbatim, she says.
And I was like, I want to be there for her to do that. I didn't want to be mean. I didn't want to tell her, I'm sorry, Rafe, but your house is disgusting. And I don't know if I want her to be in that type of environment after she gets out of surgery.
Because that's how you end up with infections.
I know
Becky kind of confirming that the house isn't very clean.
to get spayed is probably an easy process. I don't know much about it. But still, I don't want Rarity to get sick or something. So when I had told her I kind of want to be there for her, Rafe kind of was just like, okay, it was just a suggestion, more or less. I'm like, oh.
Apparently it wasn't a suggestion. She was going to go against Rarity's owner and do it anyway. From money from people that hate Amberlynn.
Yeah, it's just a really weird situation. I wish that Rafe would have
Yep, it is a very weird situation.
came to me and been like, so I think it's about time, to get Rarity fixed, and I know you said you'd pay for it. Duh, I'm the owner. But she never came to me.
Well, she kind of did, and you said no, so... If she would have done that, then that's fine. Well, she did, and it still wasn't fine, so... We're just trying to paint Rafe in a worse... throw shade on Rafe when she doesn't need to have that shade put on her. Like, she did reach out to Amberlynn about, okay, it might be that time where we get this done.
About that at all.
She talks about needing to get her fixed, but not having a good vet. I told her that I have an amazing vet that I would take her to, and it never went beyond that.
In the slightest. And even if she did...
Even if she did.
I don't know what I would say, because it's like, I don't want to sit there, because Rafe was my friend. I did not want to sit there and be like, I don't feel comfortable with my cat in your home after surgery. I wouldn't know how to word that. I wouldn't know what to say.
Right, because we didn't want to be rude to our friend.
I'm not a bad person. I'm not a bad friend like y'all think I am.
Now, I don't care. Because I've always been the type of person, when this kind of stuff went down, I just went into the background, because I love everyone, and I just want everyone to get along, and I want there to be peace, and not this.
No, Rafe let I'm just gonna say this word. I don't think I'm famous at all, but this is how a lot of people describe it. Rafe let my fame, if you will, my online small fame, get to her head.
Yeah, she's
Because
attention.
she became a completely different person after we started. Like, I noticed it at the beginning. Like, when we'd go on YouNow, I noticed little things of, like, she became snippy towards me and loved the attention.
The people watching saw too.
Oh, God, they saw. Yeah.
Like I told someone I work with yesterday, she's jealous of what you have.
Even though what I have is not, it's...
Ooh, Becky was pretty upset about all this, discussing this with her co-workers. Well, I guess all this drama was going down while Becky was at work.
It's hard. There's bittersweet. It's bittersweet.
She's jealous of the YouTube thing. She's jealous of the cats. She's jealous of all the attention you get, whether it's good or bad. And she wants the attention to be on her. She's always been that way. She wants the attention to be on her.
And I know a lot of people are going to watch this and be like, you guys are ragging and dragging Rafe. No, this is just to get it out and to let you guys know that Rafe isn't the person you guys think she is. And we've gone through the ringer with this. This is the second time we've had to do this. I didn't make a video the first time. Said I just went on YouNow and was like, y'all, like, Rafe is cray. But I always forgive. I always forgive people, and I always give people second chances, and I'm just done doing that. I'm done doing that.
And like I said, I'm not the person to do this type of thing. I hate the camera. People don't see a lot of me, but I'm sick and tired of it. I'm tired. I'm almost 30 years old, and this is immature bullshit.
Well, at least Becky's acknowledging it.
Yeah, and I've had enough. Whenever I have to go to work and stress about this, and my blood pressure shoot up, I've had enough. And that's why I've got less than an hour before I have to go to work. I'm not even close to ready. I've not ate a bite today.
No. And again, I did not tell Becky, let's film this. I was going to wait until she went to work.
I said I wanted to be in this.
I was gonna have I even told her I was gonna have a list of what to talk about, but Becky wanted this, and I was like, where do we even start? And she just goes, start from the beginning. She even said this in the video, because it's just all so jumbled, and there's things that I should say, but I'm not going to, because it's like, you guys can take it however you want, but I'm just very grateful that I can have my cats now.
It really hurts. Like, it breaks my heart, because I love them. I still do. I still love Rafe.
Oh, Becky's gonna have a little breakdown here right quick. She would be really pretty upset about losing the friendship that she thought she had. I think maybe Becky's a better friend to Hannah and Rafe than Hannah and Rafe are to Becky. Now fast forward to the future, when Becky and Amberlynn break up, Becky moves in with Hannah and Rafe.
I don't know what to say. You know, I've had a falling out or two throughout the years with them, but we've always made up, and this always went back to the way it was. And when Rafe had no one, and she was sitting at her desk crying, and everyone else was out in the lunchroom making fun of her, I went in there, and I made her my friend.
That's how y'all met, right? Or how y'all became...
Me and Rafe was friends before Hannah came along. And then we became the three amigos, and it's like, I feel a big guilt because of this, and I almost feel like all this is my fault.
Oh my god, me!
It's not your fault. It's Rafe.
Becky's trying to have a moment. Amberlynn's like, this is all my fault. I did this. It's about Rafe and Becky's relationship and how they're getting along, not about how Amberlynn's the the reason for it. I mean, yeah, of course she's got stuff to do with it, but it's Rafe who's treating Becky this way.
But it's like, you've not done anything to her. Maybe I shouldn't have introduced her to, like, the whole YouTube side of things. I kind of wish you would have. And
Becky. Might have been a good idea.
I'm the one who introduced her to all these, like, hate groups about me, and I was just like, yeah, look at these. Like, these are so crazy. Like, people are crazy. And when I would hang out, she spent 70% of the time just looking at them.
She
and
was obsessed with Kiwi
Hannah
Farms.
would get so upset, and she'd be like, can you please get off? This was before they had unlimited data. And Hannah would just be like, you're using all the data. Like, Rafe wouldn't listen, and she'd literally sit there and just continue to read it all. And now she has became one of them almost. I don't know.
No, she is one now. She is one.
You guys are going to watch this, and I'm sure you guys are going to have questions and concerns.
And there's going to be people that's not going to believe it.
Oh, there's going to be several
Just
people.
because of who you are and how you feel about her.
People are going to watch this.
Believing bullshit and people who are clearly lying. You know what I was referring to that. Oh, stupid.
Yeah. But I hope you guys watch this, and I'm sorry that this is how you see... This just sucks because we had videos filmed, and they're cute, and they're edited cute, and
They can still
they're
go
fun.
up. And then if people still like me, cool. If people don't, and you want to see me in this light and you think I'm terrible, go ahead. I don't care. I do not care what your opinion of me is. All that matters is I have my girlfriend, who I love, and she's never going to get herself in this because I have her back.
The comments were so freaking terrible. I'm like, God, this girl's my so I messaged her and I'm like, you're so pretty and beautiful, and that's how we started talking.
Yeah,
So basically it seems like Becky feels like she's Amberlynn's savior and that she's just gonna keep Amberlynn from being sad. Or maybe Amberlynn's gonna make Becky sad.
someone literally told me to today.
Yeah.
So, you know, because supposedly I stole the cats back.
Stole them.
Like,
They
people...
were yours anyway.
Yeah,
They were just
people-
helping out for a little bit.
Yeah, as friends, as caring, kind friends, something that I would 100% do for them, but now I wouldn't do that.
When were they ever caring and kind friends? Like, they've had issues since the first day they met. I think, well, the first time that she had her on You Now was like one of the first times I think that they hung out without Becky. Where Hannah and Rafe went over to Amberlynn's house after they went out for sushi and jumped on the You Now, and she's like holding on to the laptop, being all dramatic and stuff, and oh man, yeah, Rafe was like waiting to get on camera the whole time.
For Rafe at all.
All I care about is that I got this one, the animals, Ricky, my family. You all can't touch that.
If you guys have any,
Becky.
You all can't touch that.
if you guys have any, other questions or whatever, you could leave them in the comments below. I don't really read much comments because they can be crazy. Or you can come to me on Snapchat. Snapchat is probably the best option. There's nowhere really to contact Becky, so. But, I don't really know what else to say about this. I can't wait for my animals to not be so skittish, and they're really gonna enjoy it here. It's very
They're not
big.
skittish of any of us. Like, they even, warm to Eric. It's just, I think
It's just new environment for sure.
They don't have their sin anywhere.
Yeah, which they'll love it here, and I'm super excited. I get to buy them all new toys because I didn't get their toys back. I'm gonna buy them scratch posts and cat trees. Not trees, just one, because those are expensive and they're big. I'm just gonna make them feel at home the best way they can, and I know they miss me because, the minute Rarity saw me, she was just like glued to me.
All the way home, Rarity was like this.
Right there on me. Yeah, because I only have one cat carrier, so we put Wasabi because Wasabi is more like,
Yeah.
Rarity's more like, oh look, hi. But Wasabi's more like,
Wasabi would be the one to door.
yeah. He just gets very, I don't know, skittish, really. Because he went through a tornado one time, which you guys know about that. Anyways, again, any questions, just come to Snapchat. This video is super long. I'm going to have to edit it down as much as I can. I'm sorry, this is the first time you have to see Becky like this. Oh my god, I feel so bad. This is just a mess. But I'll see you guys in the next video.
It's clear you. Alright, so we're gonna join Zachary Michael on a YouNow live stream that Amberlynn was in the chat for. You are on Rafe's side with this, so it is almost pointless for me to sit here and answer your questions. I was not dragging Rafe. I have every right to talk about what happened. I was receiving tons of messages about the crap Rafe was saying. I have an outlet to speak, and I am going to take advantage of that. Defending myself? What she did was not kind either.
Like, you could be the bigger person in this situation, and without being rude, dragging
I was not bullying her.
Rafe down with her. I didn't use the word bullying. I just said, like, what you said was not nice, right? Like, I don't think it was polite. That's just, like, what it is. If she was saying, like, that you had a fupa and things like that, is that nice? Probably not, no, right? Like, I would not stand by that either.
What did I say that was not nice?
What did you say that was not nice? Dragging her house,
Was it polite that she was trying to keep my cats behind my back?
saying that her house was filthy, putting that on blast, right? I think that, like, being a little bit degrading about the work that she's doing,
Because she has a flea market job. That's
I think that that's rude. I think, like, bringing Hannah into it, trying to make people think poorly of Rafe by saying, like, oh, well, Rafe's wife is also upset about this. Like, I think those things are rude. And like I said, I think you had plenty of ammunition to justify taking your cats, it sounds like, without bringing down Rafe as well. Like,
Hannah is very upset with this. She had no idea any of this was going on. She was doing it behind her back.
yeah, and I think, like, even if Hannah is upset, Amberlynn, like, I don't think that that's your place to talk about. When Hannah has made it very clear in multiple venues that she doesn't even want to be a part of the stuff on the internet.
I was very calm and controlled, LOL.
Hannah has made it clear that she doesn't want to be on camera. She's made it clear all of these things, and yet you still brought her into it. So for somebody that's, like, talking about respecting people's personal space and things like that, I think it was like a low blow to bring her into it when you could have just focused on Rafe.
So Rafe can talk about me all day long, say rude and fake things about me, and that is okay, LOL.
Amberlynn, for somebody who's upset because they say I'm not listening to what they're saying, you are not listening to what I'm saying. I have said that if Rafe is saying rude things about you, it is not acceptable. If she's talking poorly about your weight, saying you have a fupa,
Why are you committing crimes against the fupa? Ow! Oh! My fupa!
that's rude.
Rafe does not respect Hannah.
I think it's, like, really some, like, bullshit that you continue to try to bring Hannah into this by saying Rafe does not respect Hannah. I think that's really rude. I don't think that you should be commenting on their relationship when the part that, in my opinion, Hannah seems the most upset about is that, like, she's being brought into all of this on the internet.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I mean, I appreciate that you're like attempting to answer things, Amberlynn. I will agree with Penelope. I'm gonna speak the truth. I don't like bullshit around. I'm not going to just say like, Amberlynn, I think you're 100% in the right if you're not 100% in the right. I would never say it would be okay for Rafe to say anything about your weight or anything about the way you look. I just like would not stand by that. I would not support that, etc. That doesn't mean I have to then support you in being rude to Rafe too. Literally, Rafe snapped me earlier and was just like, this has all just gotten way out of hand. I really like hate myself. She was talking like very negatively about herself, and I was worried. And certainly she's probably gotten herself a little bit into the situation. But like, it's clear that folks on both sides of this have been hurt, and you have some control in this, some power in this to like make it better or worse. I was receiving tons and tons of messages telling me what Rafe was saying and that they were believing it. I needed to clear up things and share my side. That's all it was. I don't know that I have anything else to say, Amberlynn. Like, I don't think that all parts of that were simply you clearing up what was shared. Some of it, yes, like I definitely can see how you were clearing up what was posted, but some of it just went an extra mile because you and Becky are clearly hurt and upset, and you said things that I feel like you might end up regretting later. Rafe and I were friends yet again, and then I find her again in a hate group randomly. We just do not understand. I don't know what to say to that, Amberlynn. I like, honestly, Amberlynn, do want you to be successful. I want you to be happy, and it's just
I sent the screenshot to Eric to send to Rafe since I was randomly blocked. I don't mean to bother you, but we have run across an issue, and I really do not want to bother you. But before Amberlynn moved in here, she had 2 cats that she let her friends watch because she did not think you'd let her have them. Her animals mean everything to her, and blank. Amberlynn wants her cats back and is willing to pay an extra $30 a month for them both. Both of them are very nice and loving cats. She's out of options. Eric and Ricky don't mind. They said it's up to you. If okay with them, if any damage, it will be your responsibility. I will stop by to get 30 tomorrow. Okay, thank you so much.
It's just really hard to support you sometimes when this is like how you represent yourself. And I think like honestly the problem is that a lot of this situation is he said, she said kind of stuff. At some point you have to, some of the things you have to choose what to believe in terms of like, did Amberlynn give Rafe money? Like you have to choose like, do you believe what Amberlynn said or do you believe what Rafe said? What we can objectively talk about is the stuff that Amberlynn has put in videos.
Oh, I gave her money, LOL.
Oh, Amberlynn, I wasn't like debating if you gave her money or not. I'm just saying like to some extent, unless we were actually there, like we will never know. I don't think anybody has any way to prove that like you did or did not pay somebody for taking care of your cats. Not want it to be personal, but when I was being made fun of by Rafe because of how I looked, that's when it got personal. On that same extent, Amberlynn, being somebody who knows what it feels like, if you know what it feels like for people to say mean and hurtful things to you, don't stoop to that level. Like, just don't. I will not defend if Rafe said stuff about your fupa or you being fat or things like that. Like, that's unacceptable. There's ways to win your argument and make your points without lowering yourself to that as well. Amberlynn, do the piles of stuff belong to Hannah's mom? That's not me asking, that's me reading a question. Why are we even commenting on the state of Rafe's house? It was acceptable to Amberlynn when she gave the cats away.
I never gave my cats away because they were my friends.
I mean, that continues to still be my point. Like, choices were made. Also, if you were that disgusted by somebody's house, like, why are you going over there so often? Call it what you want, Amberlynn, but, like, to be clear, like, I genuinely have a good relationship with Rafe as well, and I've given Rafe some advice today and talked to Rafe. I also don't want to like invalidate her feelings or say that it's unreasonable that she's upset based on the information she has. She should be concerned. It's probably a good idea not to go put that on blast in the way that she did in that video. I think if you want to make a video, wait until you're calm, wait until you're not going to say things that you might regret. And right now, I don't think that Amberlynn does regret anything.
I tried to confront Rafe privately 1,000,000 times, but she blocked me, LOL.
Do you think the video would have been the same had Becky and Eric not been sitting there? I would be curious of like what Amberlynn thinks about that, because it seems like they were a lot more enraged than Amberlynn. I know somebody mentioned mentioned that Amberlynn seemed fairly calm, and I think for the most part, I would agree with that. I don't think that that meant that she didn't say things that were hurtful. In terms of tone, she was a lot calmer than Becky was, and or potentially Eric.
I was being calm for Becky. Becky was seriously so hurt. I do not want to make Becky feel worse.
I think also Amberlynn can go live if she wants to, but I think she's also made it clear recently that going live on You Now provides like a certain amount of anxiety. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think Becky being very frustrated by the situation allowed Amberlynn to say things she might not have normally said. I will agree with what she's saying though. Like, I think for Becky's sake, it seemed like she was relatively calm in terms of like her body language, the tone of her voice. But again, I do think that there were things that she said that were hurtful.
I'm gonna go now. Thanks for the chat.
All right, bye Amberlynn. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, thanks for the applause, Amberlynn. I'm gonna be watching any future videos of hers with ad block on. I usually turn ad block off for YouTube because I want to support other YouTubers, but I just like can't really stick by it anymore. Anyways, I hope you all have a great night. I'll see you all later.
I'm not gonna Zach saying to turn off the ad block so that basically doesn't give Amberlynn any more money when he watches her videos. So okay, so this is a screenshot of Rafe in a chat of one of the live streams that were going on discussing this whole situation. Apparently she got a lawyer. Did you have to, like, if you have a lawyer, you have to, like, retain them? So I'm wondering how she paid for the retainer for the lawyer. The panel tonight. Just sit and watch. My lawyer said to just sit back and watch. And watch I shall. I might stop my uploads till December 1st to give everyone a chance to calm down. Yes, so Amberlynn thought she wasn't gonna put up any more videos. I think she put up a couple more though. Brought Wasabi there with matted hair. Pictures were taken. Now his hair is straight and his coat is nice from Rafe brushing him daily. Care to explain? No, I thought so. That's why Wasabi weighs 3 pounds less now than he did, and on top of that he has stuff all over his tail that we are cutting out. Okay, keep letting Rafe lie to everyone. He's still a little nervous, but purring like crazy. Well. Not another sock puppet, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, well, there's lots of red flags, I think, before they even moved in together, too. They just didn't really seem very compatible, really. But on some level they were, because they stayed together for so long. But at the same time, we've seen Rafe's behavior, and it would probably be kind of difficult being friends with Rafe. Scapegoat, you could be honest on the lawyer. The lawyer is just Frank. Yep. Alright, so that's the extent of the drama so far. And that's pretty much it, I guess. The cats are back. With Rarity's gonna be fixed within the next couple months, I think. So they're now allowed to be in the house. They basically cut ties with Rafe. And I think even when they were friends with Rafe, they were having issues with Rafe. So it was just like they were, Amberlynn was trying to get along with them so that the cats could stay there. Because there was just like not really much of a connection there other than the cats, and that's why Amberlynn would go over. Rafe was trying to be like overly affectionate with Amberlynn to try to get Amberlynn to show some kind of affection towards Rafe, because she was looking for a friendship, I think Rafe was, but Amberlynn wasn't feeling it after she found out Rafe wasn't a great friend by having feelings about Amberlynn that were kind of negative, and then sharing it with their other friends, the people Amberlynn was going to move in with. yeah, it was just there's a lot of drama going on. It would be stressful being Rafe's friend. I mean, it would be stressful being Amberlynn's too. Don't get me wrong, but it just seems like yeah, Rafe was doing whatever she could to try to hold on to those cats to get the attention from people online. Yeah, so that was an adventure that we went on this week. I did most of the editing I did, except for when I did the voiceover on the clips I recorded on my other channel. I don't know how exciting it is to go back and watch them, but it's interesting to have people in there with me while I'm editing. I enjoy that. It's fun having chats and stuff. So yeah, this one took a couple days to edit, but tomorrow I have another live scheduled. But I'd like to do the 2015 timeline. Do something a little different, because we've been on the 2017 here for a while, but I kind of wanted to get to this stuff because I was curious myself as to like how it all went down and stuff. We still have the rest of November to do, but there isn't that much vlogging. Like, they do the newlywed game, so we'll see that. Plus I have more screenshots that happen later on in from stuff that happened later on in the month, still regarding kind of like the drama and stuff. Amberlynn films like a vlog and a couple sit-down videos, and then they do like Amberlynn and Becky do a Q&A, and they address some of the stuff that went on with Rafe, but and that's kind of the only clip that we have of them addressing the situation with Rafe that actually stayed on YouTube. But I think she just added it to the end of a vlog, so it wasn't its own video. But yeah, we're starting to see Becky in more videos too, so that's kind of nice. But yeah, so I thought maybe I'll yeah, I'll edit the 2017 video tomorrow on my other channel. So we can watch that then, and then we'll watch it on this channel in a couple days. But for tomorrow, I have basically the 2015 August 1st to the 15th, and I just put them in excuse me, in order. I didn't edit any of them, and I just put the dates on them and stuff, so we'll go through and just leisurely watch it and add some commentary and stuff, because I don't really remember watching much of it. I mean, I watched some of them, but there's a lot of information in there that I don't remember. Maybe I've looked for the information, but haven't been able to find it because it's in those videos that I haven't watched yet. Scapegoat, you know what? Yeah, I've really enjoyed doing the collabs, but you know, they don't get as many views and stuff, so I put a lot of time and stuff in it. It takes away from the timeline videos, and so, but what I've been doing and I find real fun is the beginnings of the live streams that I do. I put some stuff together, throw some clips in there and stuff, so that's kind of not really the equivalent to what I was doing before, where I was actually coming up with conversations between the two and stuff, but there's little clips in there, and I get to kind of make a small video at the first, because yeah, a lot of this is just straightforward timeline stuff. There's not much to change around and stuff right now, but Anyway, so we're gonna do, I want to finish this month anyway, this week for sure. Then that will bring us into the Vlogmas. And I've already did the Vlogmas 2017. What they did there was they recorded videos at the end of November, and we're adding them into the Vlogmas and releasing them that time. And since I went through them and edited them, and I just don't want to do that again. To put them in order of, like, chronological order of them, like, when they actually recorded them. That's kind of what I try to do, but since I already did all the December, I just don't think I want to do that for, like, November. Like, there's a couple, like, photos from their Vlogmas stuff that they did in November that I might add in, but other than that, yeah, we're just gonna skip after this November. We're just gonna skip right to January, which is when they start, Becky and Amberlynn start their weight loss journey online. So they start doing that together, and then like every week or so they'll do like a sit down video to talk about their weigh-ins and their progress during the week and stuff like that. So it's going to be a lot more like weight loss content coming up in January. And yeah, so I'm gonna go back to 2015 tomorrow, which is when Amberlynn gets her new job working with Destiny. She got the interview, and then like when she found out, the day she found out that she got the job, she starts that day. So yeah, we'll see her like first week of work. And at that point, they still have a roommate, but the roommate isn't around very often. And Libby's coming around a little bit more, too. So, yeah, we'll watch that one tomorrow. I have it scheduled already. And then, like, I kind of randomly go live for a few hours at a time on my other channel to edit these videos. So if you haven't checked that one out yet, it's Positive PR Goes Live. You can sub up and come hang out when you're bored. I'm just creating videos so that we can watch them on this channel later on. There is some more recent stuff. I think most of the recent stuff with Amberlynn though is her just like dragging out the CT scan stuff. Basically her going to the appointments, rescheduling the appointments, finding out her results. Not sure if her bladder is remarkable or unremarkable, but she seems to be okay with the results, I suppose, with her 6mm kidney stone. Yeah, it's just kind of sad to watch. And then Chantel's over there being just as sad, saying that she doesn't want to talk about weight loss. Sits there and eats, and then comes back with another video that we've seen 100 times where she's just saying that she's not going back to how she was. Things are going to change. That she's never going back to Canada. Well, she says she's not going to go back and fall into her old ways, at least. Which, I don't know, I hope she does better than she's been doing, you know? Because she'll go through those kicks where she's like, okay, I'm going to be serious and take my life serious, like, right when she gets all these diagnoses, and then when she's through like, a few days later, she decides, well, this isn't what I want to do anymore, and I'd rather just live my life the way I want rather than how I should. So now she's trying to manage her health, I guess. But her content is basically just mukbangs now. Well, I mean, they always kind of were, right? But I don't know, maybe I'll go through and see if she says anything interesting in them, but usually they're not that, I don't know, she just talks about the food. So they're not that entertaining to make videos with. But we still are on, I don't think we finished the 2023 timeline either, because, well, we started halfway through right after the breakup with Wifey, and then her move to Oklahoma. So we haven't seen her first Christmas in Oklahoma yet. So I think that'd be kind of interesting to watch. Christmas in July. Well, it's June now, but you know, if we were to watch it, wherever we're at right now, I think we got to November. And then there's also, like, go back and do the 2014 stuff with Crystal. Now those, oh my gosh, I went through and edited that down to try to make it more flow better than listening to Amberlynn say the same thing a million times and upload it in a video, because she was doing that. She was just recording, uploading, like all the time, multiple times a day. So I don't know, we could just go through and watch that too, because there's lots of little things in there that are interesting. You know, you see her do kind of the same things, and just like watching her interact with Crystal's parents, and her she's very concerned with food a lot of the time. It's like they don't do anything but wait for the next meal sometimes and read and play video games. Like, it just seems kind of boring a lot of the time, but there are some things that are kind of exciting, I guess. I don't know where. We'll find them if there are. And I mean, there's just so much footage that we haven't seen yet. But I think I'm going to continue going with this 2017, and then throw in like a random one from one of the other eras, because it's just nice to break it up a little bit rather than continuing on with the 2017 all the time. We'll go back and watch her and Destiny hang out. I still haven't put up the rest of 2016 either, so we have like from July till December to do that as well. I'm thinking maybe waiting until, since I've already done a lot of like the Vlogmases covering Decembers of each year, I'm thinking I might wait until December of this year and then go back and like cover those during December somehow. We'll figure it out. Watching the stuff together and reacting to it. That's great, good. I just like taking a little look here at the chat. I'm glad that people like that. I should try doing some more of those fun ones. Like, I was doing more of the live stream collabs, but like, yeah, going out to the park and restaurants and stuff. Those ones were fun too. Not another sock puppet, you're right. Yeah, there are a lot of like hidden gems in those in the Crystal era that we don't know about, and I guess even just like watching what she eats is kind of interesting too, to see the different meals, and she's portion sizing them too, like all of her collections. Scriptgo, yes, I do have some of them, but not all of them. So I'm going to try to put the timeline together as best as I can with what I have. But like when I was making a bunch of cooking videos a few years ago, I went and downloaded a lot of the videos that Eric was cooking in. So I have some of those videos have not just cooking and recipes, they also have some vlog footage in there too. See, like, I watch most of the, not most, I guess, but I'll, like, you know, I'll watch the live streams and stuff, but I don't really go into the chat. I don't really have much to say, I guess. Yes, another sock puppet. Remember when it was like the last video we watched? But yeah, how she saw herself in Eric's videos and was just like, oh my gosh, that's me? It's like, wait, you didn't know? Eric trying to get her out to go for walks and stuff. You know, he's trying to help her. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end it here for today. This is fun. Maybe I'll show up in a chat somewhere here and there. I don't know. We'll see. I don't like to get too involved, but also, why not? What else do I have going on? Alright. Yeah, okay, so I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I don't think I'm gonna be on my other channel today, but definitely tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Making soup. Ramen soup. Yeah, okay, so but I did have a live, I'm gonna be on tomorrow on my other channel for sure before I go live on my other, or on this channel. So I'm gonna be doing some editing tomorrow, and then we'll go live to watch a video tomorrow on this channel. Alright. Signing off for real. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.